Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to episode 315 of the Fans Power Podcast. I'm Nathan Kennedy, joined by Tyler Baker, Joe Amato, and Rebecca McDonald. Which I was thinking about this earlier in the week. Are there a lot of people that pronounce your last name MacDonald? Because we got a lot of people around here that call McDonald's MacDonald's. So I was just
Really?
wondering,
I've never heard that.
Huh, okay. I was thinking maybe that would be a case. It was like Rebecca
I mean, I haven't been at
MacDonald.
McDonald's for very long.
Yeah.
Well, we have a
So,
lot of fucking
probably
morons who
look at
live in our area too.
That's
so
true.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, I gotta get used to that, by the way, because I'm so used to using your old last
well, hell,
name.
when I visited my
Yeah.
grandparents in Pennsylvania, like back in the late '90s, someone pronounced Pulaski Pulaski. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, there's no O in there.
Yeah, but I'm like, all right, I guess that's what Pennsylvanians do.
Yeah, but we're here, and I'm sure there's probably going to be a bunch of people that are going to pop in with the plethora of plastic crack that was announced this week. But before we jump into that and do our commentary, we'll pass it along to Joe Amato, who it might look a little bit different on your screens. He's riding high in HD quality now. Joe, like, move around a little bit. Look at him.
It's not great.
Look at
Isn't
him.
it great?
That's
Look, I
crazy.
can actually go like this. It's not like fucking in super slow motion. I can actually move. This is all thanks to Rebecca and John getting me this super amazing HD camera. So thank you both. This is fucking amazing.
You guys got him a camera on top of the laptop too? Oh my god!
I'm
I just
getting my
went to
new car
fucking
next
Best
week.
Buy and had like a shopping spree. Joe, pick it out, whatever you want there, young man. I want that and I want that.
Wait, I'll show you
Where
the new
were
car
his
we got.
parents for the day? Or
That's
Yeah.
right. They
Okay.
did.
They put
They
Joe
took me down to
in the
car
buggy
lot.
and they're pushing him around, and Joe's got his all-day sucker and his propeller hat.
Oh, shit. I'm just trying to make sure I'm looking at this thing. I'm trying to scoot it over so it's I just feel like I'm looking
then
this
you
way,
just
that way.
break
but-
everything. It'll be okay.
No, it's like,
Yeah.
isn't this
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck? That's it crack.
You're
Like,
gonna
thank you,
watch
Rebecca. That went down the fucking
And
toilet.
you
but no.
actually kind of sound a little bit better too. I think the microphone picks up differently with the webcam on there, how it's all hooked up. So good for you, Joe. Now Tyler's going to be the one with the shittiest quality on the show.
And I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I know.
He's like, okay.
I'm not going to be like Joe. I'm like, oh, God, I'm all Rocky Dennis. I got to get him to leave. You know.
Shit. So this is nice. It is good to see some clear quality. Now I was convinced that my, internet connection was still going to keep it pretty bad, but it doesn't look like it's making it bad at all.
It's
So
just good enough, Joe. Just
good enough. Right.
That AOL instant dial-up there's it's adapting to the times there.
And did you just say instant dial-up?
I don't know.
That
Yeah,
makes
I
no
just
sense.
said, like,
What
I
an
know, the minute I
oxymoron.
said, like, I just count the second before Nathan corrects me and makes me look like an asshole live on YouTube.
It
It's
doesn't
like,
take-
5,
also
4,
doesn't take
3,
much.
2.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I do.
I can't talk music and I can't talk technology with Nathan. Like, he will always call me out on that.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else, I think is pretty fair game that I can hold my own in terms of like topics of discussion. Wrestling, he'll do it. Even if I happen to be right, he'll still try to make me look like an asshole. But I think outside of that, I think those are the two things I just try to stay away from. So
That makes sense.
that's why I don't pretend to. I just don't know what I'm doing. And I'm not going to pretend to like dance around it or like I don't know.
Yeah.
what I'm
Someone
doing.
spliced that with just Tyler saying, I don't know what I'm doing. And then,
Yeah.
We do need
Like
to
a great-
come up with, I would hate to just kind of go through the backlog and find all the certain clips, but it would be a lot of fun to put together like a channel trailer that's just the highlights of,
Yeah.
with Tyler's like,
That would be
you remember? And just add different things and just all of Joe's.
all of us just like dying laughing. That would be
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Or like we splice it when Joe gets pissed off about talking about Steven Seagal as a Patriot, and the three of us are just laughing our ass off at Joe leaving. We're just like, this is great.
Shit.
Like, fuck you, I hate all of you.
Good Christ. Well, before we do get into, I'm sure Nathan asking about what happened last weekend and all that shit and stuff. Let me quickly say hello to the chat, and then we can get to
'cause
that.
I got some questions to ask you there, Joe.
Oh shit! All right.
Oh yeah, actually,
first-
Actually, it might be more directed at Rebecca and John than Joe than anything else. So.
Like what the fuck? But first, let me say hello to Enzo's in the chat room. Say the next one there, Nathan.
Johnny Cock.
Spider Rat.
You
Mobile
gotta
Rat
hang on
Cruise.
the cock now.
All right, okay. Papa Hut 69.
Joe knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
Daniel Carhoonan,
Hang
NCDJ. Parik is here. Fedmon. I'm scrolling down. Give me a second. Takes a bit. I already said Daniel Carr. Oh, back to Joe and his senile stuff. Casey Duncan. Hot Spicy Grill. Sportimus. Sobek is here. JMax77. I think I'm almost done. I might be. I think I got it.
Come on,
And
Joe.
Jeff Moore.
The show's 2 hours long.
Like you couldn't pronounce
Thompson.
somebody's name, so he just kind of mumbled. Like, hey.
Well, try to do it quick. Thompson here for Jeff Morris.
What'd you say?
Jeff Morris. Brian Brummagent.
Yeah, he's here too.
I think I got everybody. If I missed anybody, I'll apologize. But now I'll pass it along to whether it's Nathan having questions for Rebecca, me, or Tyler, Rebecca, me. You guys go ahead and.
I mean, for context, thanks to everyone that checked out the little teaser preview thing, which was fucking hilarious, and then the video that Newt and Joe did together, because Newt went to Parts Unknown last weekend and met Joe in person and saw his face and ate some Popeyes, and there was almost a riot. Joe, I think I want to start off. I need to get it in here real quick. I think the biggest question that I have, I want you to explain yourself in this photograph right here that I'm putting on the screen. What come on, Joe.
Well,
what's going on with that?
Now, see what happened with. Now, that's not. This is like out of context here. What you guys are looking at, and what I'm looking at. She was choking me.
Now, Joe, was that something you asked her to do? Or you just let it?
It was.
He's getting into some David Carradine shit.
I did ask her to choke me, but this ain't what it looks like.
And while John's recording this shit too.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of in a hotel room, no less.
Boogie Nights and Parts Unknown, man.
Yeah, what's going on here?
That is
Balm Diggler.
It's completely out of context. Rebecca, you explain it to him. Explain the context. I gotta pass it to you.
I was too busy choking you. I wasn't paying attention where your
I know
head
she was just providing a service for you, Joe. She just like, give me the money and let's get this shit over with. My cameraman doesn't ask any questions. Let's just I am curious to how long it took Joe before Joe was asking John, can I borrow her underpants for 10 minutes? My intentions are honorable.
I had no 16 candles moment. There was nothing like that.
Are you sure? Or did you ask Rebecca that? Did you wait till John left the room? Did you get Popeyes? He's like, I've never bagged spades there, Rebecca. Can I borrow your underpants for 10 minutes? But nobody can borrow John's.
That was during a mid-choke. That was all mid-choke there. So that was
okay.
Not...
Well, I mean,
You have to get to another question or something.
I mean, this is
on the screen for a little while.
This is proof that Joe does indeed wear pants every now and again, but it's just kind of strange because this would be the scenario that I think pants wouldn't be present. But here we are. All right, I'll save you the embarrassment, Joe. I'll get that off of there.
Joe's rubbing himself again. He's having flashbacks of being choked out by She-Ra. So not only did she choke him out, she role played for him too.
Yeah, man.
You know.
Oh, Rebecca, I need you to dress up like She-Ra and choke me. Choke me as hard as you can.
I want to unleash the power. Harder.
John's behind the camera, like, hey, this shit's taking.
Did you have like a safe word, like Free James Brown? You know, when she choked
you kept messing it up, so we kept reshooting it and reshooting it.
Oh yeah, I'm sure that wasn't on purpose or anything.
There was like take 25 or something. John was like, why is it taking so long just to do a 10-second or a second skip?
Joe's like, here, just throw more money. Here, just do it again.
I get you tons of fucking puzzle pictures. I swear to God, I'll pay for all this shit. Want another one? Oh fuck, that was.
Well, I mean, this will be a good segue to my next question. But how firm is Joe? Because I was told that you were touching on his arms and stuff when you.
I was surprised at how fit he was.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
because you can't see that on the camera.
Yeah,
I hugged him. I'm like, you got muscles.
I think someone.
You can't tell by the camera.
Well, someone in the comments said
the camera deflates a few 100 pounds.
No, someone in the comments said that Joe on the podcast looks like he weighs 30 pounds more.
I remember saying that. Yeah.
I was like, I never thought it looked like
I'm
that.
I'm not quite sure, but maybe from how they watch it, Joe's just kind of like, hey guys, what's cooking? You know, he's just kind of.
He is sitting at a certain angle. You can't really see. You just see
Right.
like the top.
You can't
cuts
see
off
his
right
bust
here.
line because he needs to hide his nipples there. Joe's
Yeah.
I don't know, he's got a lot to hide.
Yeah,
there.
I think that's probably what it is. The way the scarf just kind of goes out, it
Yeah.
makes him look wider.
Yeah.
I think it is too. That's what I said. It's all deceiving. You only usually see kind of chest and like up here. So
Yeah,
you know,
see,
when-
on this camera, we can see you a little better.
yeah, a
Like,
little
I
bit.
can
And
see a bit more definition in your arm.
Joe,
Yeah,
come on.
which-
Give everybody a flex. I know you don't do
No,
that, but come on.
No, I'm not
come on.
going to flex, but I
Come
definitely
on.
don't want to uncover
Yeah,
like my
Yeah.
stood up and the
Give him a
nips poked
flex,
through.
Joe.
Come on, if Nathan can flex, you can.
Yeah, if I can do it.
No,
I think
you
I'm
can-
the
you
least
can-
muscular person on this show, actually.
we'll get a flex sometime. But Rebecca's
No, we won't.
reaction is what was kind of cool. Is, you know, when I came to the hotel and opened the door and just seen her, it is weird when you're like, wow, we're actually seeing each other.
With
Yeah.
John, like, go on, give her your paw there, boy. That's a good boy. And he's like,
But it was nice. Like I said, just how greeted. We got gave each other a hug, and then she did
Yeah.
just kind of look at me. It was weird. She like took her fingers and touched my shoulder and like arm and like poked at my chest. Like,
And-
"Wow, you
and
got
then Joe was
muscle."
done.
I was like, you're fit.
Yeah, it is because it doesn't pick up here. Yeah, then I passed out, and then I woke up a half hour later. Them fanning me, waking me. I was like, oh, the vapors. Oh, Jesus Christ. She
Well,
touched my
I
arm.
thought there was a girl who greeted me at the store. Oh, there was. Oh,
But that was a really nice moment. And
Yeah.
anything I was uncomfortable about just was like, it just immediately left. I mean,
Yeah.
it was nervous, thinking, oh God, we're going to meet. But it kind of went away quick. Like, what was your kind of like reaction, Rebecca? Like how you said when, before I got there, what were you thinking?
Well, John went to go pick you up while I was getting ready. Then John comes in, and I'm like, oh, I just can't wait to see you because I've never seen your face before that, only like here and there, And I was just like, I'm like, yeah, I see your face. I'm like, that's Joe. That's the guy I keep talking to. And it's just like my instinct was just give you a big hug because I was like,
Yeah.
oh my God, it's Joe. No, that was awesome. I'll never
It was.
forget that moment.
No, me neither. It was great. And then we went to Fantasticon, did all that stuff.
Yeah.
You guys were the highlight of the show. We went out to eat, almost a riot at Popeyes. I was like, this is a great fucking introduction to Toledo. It's like when she sees this, like, oh my God, no.
I wanted to go to a nicer place, but literally there was like an hour wait for everything.
Yeah. Yeah, hour
went-
hour
planned it.
45.
Joe planned
Yeah.
that, didn't you, Joe?
Yeah, I was like, Joe
Fuck
planned
all this
whole
shit.
thing.
We're going to Popeyes. They enjoyed it though. They did enjoy the Popeyes. It was juicy. They got to experience, the chicken that was really juicy, wasn't dry, and I got to eat whatever Rebecca didn't want, so she gave me her stuff. It was
Of course.
fantastic.
Yeah, that
After
was
she
the best
started
part.
pawing at it.
You gonna eat that?
Yeah, after he's licked his finger and started rubbing. You're not gonna eat this, are you?
As she's actually eating it, she picks up and takes a bite. You're not going to finish it, and then snatch it out of her hands.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're done, Rebecca. Thanks a lot. But it was a great time.
Yeah, Fantastic On was fun. We didn't mention in the video that girl asking me about if I liked the new Shira.
Oh yeah, you got to say that story at least because I watched it. Oh man, I got to watch it
Oh,
unfold
that
and
was
see
great.
Rebecca. That was fantastic. Go ahead, Rebecca. You say that story.
No, some girl stopped. She's like, Shira, you look amazing. I'm like, thank you. And she's like, oh, have you seen the new Shira? I loved it. And I was like, I didn't.
Yeah, she gritted
Like,
her
I hated
teeth. Yeah, she said I hated it. And had her teeth like all closed and
I'm like,
kept on
Do
walking.
I
with
look like I like the new Shira? Come on now.
They don't know. They don't know.
God, we're
I'm like,
it's
why
just
did you ask?
an infestation of casual fans all over the damn planet.
Like, oh,
That was
I'm
good.
so glad
Yeah.
Joe overheard that too.
Oh
That was
yeah,
awesome.
that was fantastic. Because I was
Hated
walking.
it.
Yeah, because at times I was walking in front of her, times I was walking in back of her, and that was one where I was like in back of her when that girl walked by and said that. So I just got to see her just keep smiling as she said that I hated.
You should have
it.
pretended to
Like,
be like her handler. or
well, I
something
did
like
that at a
He
lot
did.
of parts.
He was the
Yeah.
bodyguard, man. He was pulling a Kevin Costner out there.
He was Kevin Costner.
No, I actually was. I walked at
Let's go,
one
man.
point,
It's none of
like
your fucking business.
at one time, I was like, hey, I want you guys to walk in front so they can always, get the highlight of you two coming. But they're like, well, you can go ahead in front, at least lead us to tables. But then at some point, I was like, some of these people just looked like they could get maybe a little too close hands on. So I basically walked in front of them the whole time, and I would just like move my hand. And Rebecca was seeing how I was walking. I was moving my hand like this in front of me for like people to like get the hell out of the way. And then I had my other hand in back of me like this for them to
Yeah,
follow.
and then people were actually asking, like, can we get a picture of them? Asking you, like you were
Yeah.
in charge of us.
Yeah, literally, because the one guy said, "Are you the bodyguard? Can I get a picture?" I was like, "Yeah, you go ahead." It
What
was
if they
fucking
just thought
great.
like you were just some guy walking in front of them? They're like, I'm not with them. What the hell are you asking me?
That would make it. I don't fucking know. Wait, give me $10. Yeah, you can take a picture.
Yeah, I'm a
Just
buck.
pocket it.
Yeah.
But yeah, they were the highlight there. It was great. They really had amazing cosplays compared to everybody else, and they weren't there for the competition day. But if they were, they would have won. We seen that on Fantastic Con's Facebook page of the other people there. I was like, yay, yikes!
I was gonna say, was a lot of like embarrassments in terms of like cosplay there.
A lot. I mean,
Yeah.
a lot. Yeah.
Were there any Harley Quinns? There's always a Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
There's always Harley Quinns, yeah.
Yep.
My
Yeah,
God.
they had, there was a bunch of random Jokers. Batman.
There'll always be a Deadpool. There'll always be a Harley Quinn.
Like, was there anything? Because obviously you guys were the most original there, but was there anything there in that state where you're like, okay, someone did something different and unique? It may not be top quality.
Yeah,
but
there
at
was
least it
one dad who dressed his kid up as like a Warhammer character, and that was pretty cool.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, like the floating skull and everything. I was like, that's cool.
I don't mind
It-
praising people if they're original. If they're just gonna do like
Yeah.
what fucking everybody else does, like I don't care how good it looks. Like that's just. Remember Nathan when you and I went to the Raleigh the last time that girl was out there like having a professional photographer take pictures of her as Harley Quinn.
Oh yeah.
And it was like
man.
a Hot Topic version of Harley Quinn. And she was just like posing
God.
shit.
That's
like,
how they
"Get the
all
fuck outta here."
dress.
Well, it's like she knows nothing about it. She's just getting paid to be an influencer and go out there and do the thing. And yeah, we got
So, like,
a good laugh out of that though, because she's
Yeah,
over there
it's pretty
like
fucking
trying real hard and posing and shit. And I'm just like, oh God,
and no one's like really paying attention, like stopping and watching.
it's
just
so
like,
annoying.
yeah, it's a disgrace to the community.
Wasn't there that kind of triggered a memory? Wasn't there a guy there like preaching about how something was the
Oh
devil?
yeah,
Yeah, and
God, yeah, that's right.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
it was
At your
like-
cons
yeah.
too? We've gotten that at cons.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
Wasn't. Maybe he was actually wasn't he like protesting like gay people or something? I can't remember what it was.
It was something along those lines because then there was like a small group that was like giving him shit.
Yeah, like counter protesting. And didn't I go up
Yeah.
to him and he handed me like a little thing and I like ripped it up and just
Yeah.
tossed it in the air and walked
Yeah,
away?
that's right. Nathan
Yeah.
did do that. Yeah, because Ian was with us. Yeah.
Yeah, fuck that
Aw,
guy.
nice.
Yeah, I went up to him. I'm
Yeah.
like, hey, can I have one of those? And he hands it to me. I'm like, oh, great, that's cool. And like ripped it up and threw it in the air and just like, well, see you later, and walked away.
That's
and
awesome.
And those other people are like, yeah. It's like, yeah, fuck that guy. You don't come to something like that when everyone's trying to just have a good time and just be a total shitbag and do something like
Dude,
that.
Like, do
they're
they really
everywhere.
think they're gonna like? There's a guy that comes to tech every fall semester and starts preaching, like a Black Bible tyrant on a college campus. Like, what the fuck are you thinking? Like, college kids are the most rebellious group on the planet.
Exactly.
And to go to a convention where people are just from all backgrounds, all demographics, and you're going to start preaching a particular way of living life.
Yeah.
Like, you really think you're going to convert anybody in that particular
God,
environment?
exactly.
Like, I'm surprised the guy just doesn't go find the nearest noose. It's just like, why? Why?
People are shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those people are all over Dragon Con. Every
Really?
every single year.
Right.
They're outside with their, and there's like a group of them too, and they're there every year, and you're just like, hey, they're the protesters.
You dressing up, having a good time, you going to hell.
Yeah.
You can't have fun. That's
Joe
Satan's
should go
work
there and
right
ask
there.
for money. Just
Whatever I could do. Oh, shit.
Joe dressed up like his hobo Joe outfit with that woman gave him like $10. That's Joe's cosplay.
Thanks. That was
I'm
great
here as a
getting money.
homeless man. I'm pretty
I'm sitting
authentic.
there just
aren't
trying
I?
to cross the
You get some money.
street. No, what a moment. I'm just trying to cross the street to go to a fucking store.
It'll get better.
I was on a corner as just a bum. Give me fucking money. I'm standing there with like, what?
Now, I wish Joe had shown up to your all's hotel room like that. Like, John picks up, like,
Oh,
I'm here for Joe Amato. Like, that's me. Really?
He
And it's like, I'm
was
not
out
here
there.
for charity, man. I'm here to, all right.
Some of those reactions, like when John came to pick me up, I looked out, seen the white car came
He did
out.
circle the block a couple of times. Like, this really can't be him, right? Like, are you out there like, sticking your pasty
great would
thigh
it
out
have
there
been?
on the side of the road, trying to...
Could you picture that? I walk outside and then he looks and he drives off and then he comes back, looks again after.
We'll try to
Joe?
make sure
Like-
it's safe that you're not going to get in this car, like try to like do things to him
Oh,
or something
shit.
like that.
It was weird. Just got in the car, shook his hand. Hey, how's it going? Whatever. It was like,
Did
he
you
seen me a million
do
times.
that? Did you do like the whole like
oh,
fist like know.
No,
You know,
I just gave him
it's Joe's like local jive that Joe does when he meets
I
people.
think
you
I
know?
just did the regular handshake with them that time.
You didn't do this, fly up in the air or anything like that, or
I did it with one place I used to work at, that business where I did, customs for a living, and they were flying somebody out from, like their corporate office in Arizona. This guy with a suit and tie, and he came in and everything. And I remember I did that. I grabbed him, pulled it in, went like that. He was looking at his hands like, what? It's like, but that's just fucking how I've always done that growing up. It's not, anything different to me. That's how we will greet each other with our handshakes. Where I grew up all the time, it's like it's nothing different. But him, he was looking at his hand all awkward, like, what the fuck just happened? Like he was waiting for me to come in and say, hey, how you doing there, buddy? How's it going there, Chief? Like, no, that's I don't know. It's nothing different to me. That's how I greet somebody with a handshake, or just grab them and pull them in and give them a hug. That's it. How about that for throwing people off? Like, what the fuck? But I always like.
I'm
doing
just
that.
curious, Joe. Do you think the rest of us look the same because we're all white?
No, but like and that's the other thing,
I mean, there was at one time Joe got me and Rebecca confused because I had blonde hair too. Like, well, Joe, I'm glad you think that I'm pretty, but you're talking to Tyler, not Rebecca here.
Well,
Like I know we're all white here. I know we all look the same to you.
Well, and that's a guy can do a guy hug too. Like when Rebecca left and John when they were leaving, and like for John, I did grab him by his hand and like pulled him in, and we did the side hug thing. And Rebecca, I hugged her, like
A little longer.
Yeah.
Back to that. Like, hey, John, give me a minute.
John's outside tapping his foot like, I gotta go through this shit all the time.
Then he gets in the car and he's honking. All right, it's been 5 fucking minutes.
Joe's like Jim Carrey. I hate goodbyes.
Grace.
And puts his
was
finger
like-
across her lips. Just go.
Goodbye, my love.
Yeah. And then
Oh,
Joe
that
crashes
was-
his shitbox car.
Actually, I don't think anything could do any damage to it. He probably.
Yeah, the garbage bag airbag just
Hey, well, they got to see my
Yeah, I
vehicle.
got to
and
see his car.
Yeah,
was it as bad as he let on?
well,
No, actually, I was expecting it to be way dirtier, but it was actually very clean.
well, thanks. Because I know it doesn't work with a lot of parts, but I mean, Jesus Christ, that
I'm
was gonna
like,
be
you're
shit.
scrappy, but you're clean.
Yeah.
Like, it smells good in there. I don't know if he just did it because we
I
were
think
trying to see.
I think he
but-
cleaned it like the day before.
But like,
probably.
Oh, it smells
Yeah.
nice in there, but
Or he
it does
just like
have
a bunch of
duct
melted
tape.
Mentos in
It
there
does have
in
the
the
duct tape
ashtray in there.
everywhere, but but it's not.
Did you go for a ride in it?
No.
Ah.
Did you know you wouldn't come back?
No, it's my car. Again, I told you it has those issues of how things start, but no, I keep my stuff clean. I always keep it clean, so it looks good. Just
Joe
when you
wipes
get
his
going.
own ass.
It's like you'll notice the issues. Like they seem
Did
to
he smell clean? Like when he hugged you, like did you like to smell?
Yeah,
Like,
it smells clean. It smells
Well, they seen my duct tape seat for the
Yep.
the car. They seen
oh,
the
you made
key
sure
that-
they saw
yeah,
it.
all
like,
that's there. The duct tape,
Yeah.
everything.
the rock salt, and the
Yeah, I saw
bowl,
the
and
bucket.
the tape, the scissors, everything I have. It's
Kind of like
there.
everything a serial killer would need.
Oh my
grab
God!
and
Could
run.
you imagine? Because look at that. I have the bungee cord rope. I have the duct tape. I have the scissors. So what the
Man.
fuck is this guy
I hope
doing?
you never
In a
get pulled
bucket.
over and the cops like step out
Yeah,
of the car doing where they got to investigate it. Sir, what,
Could you
what have
imagine
you
me
been
trying
doing?
to
No, you don't understand. The door. There's a thing with the issue with the door.
I think I was full of shit. I was like, no, I have to wrap this around the steering wheel that hides the key. And this is for the door to tie them together like that. This is the scissors I used to cut the tape.
Yes,
This is
sure,
take 'em
sir.
in.
We've heard that before.
Look, can you try to take? I gotta go rotate the hostages. Like, can we just wrap this up?
Oh shit! John made one little kid cry though. That was fun.
Yeah.
That was
That's
terrible.
awesome.
He was in the
Yeah,
Hordak
that's
outfit.
right.
That little kid was screaming, and John tried to look again, screamed again. I was like, nah, better walk away. So
Well, like John got down at his face, like kind of like is
No,
that what
his
he
mom
did?
was holding him. And
yeah,
he was
hold.
just passing, and the kid was like, ah! We like turned away.
That
And
kid
John was like,
freaking
hey,
out.
I'm okay. He's like, it's okay. And he's
Aw.
like, ah!
No, I would have went straight into like Hordak voice and just kept it up.
Yeah.
Or like Darth Maul. Rawr.
Yeah, terrify the
Something like
kid,
that.
man.
Yeah.
Make it to where
But it
he's
was good,
not
though.
gonna sleep for a week and a half.
Yeah, we'll look for it next year. It'll
Yeah, next time
be
we'll stay
longer.
longer.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll
Well,
do
yeah.
longer, we'll do
I
more.
was actually supposed to go up there too, but there were problems with work that kept me from going. That I'm not gonna get into because I'll just get mad all over again. But yeah, I was supposed to be there too. So that would have been great because I would have egged John along to scare the shit out of that kid. Or I would have told the kid, I was like, you know, he comes for kids at night. Look under your bed, check your closet. Oh, I wasn't talking about. And then I'd be like, oh no, I'm talking about this guy, and I point to Joe.
Yeah.
That's terrible. Like, what the fuck? The guy didn't have a mask on. See, that's why. Look at this fucking face.
What's scarier? Now that we've all seen his face, what's scarier, the Modulok mask or his real face?
Well, we've gotten so used to the Modulok face, like we don't know what Joe really looks like when he like shares a lot of emotions. Like we've seen, Joe, smile, behind the scenes, but we don't know what Joe looks like when he's crying, when he's upset.
That's true.
There's a lot of things we haven't seen. We just see the same emotion on Joe's face. Like his hands have to sell. Like he's the Edward Scissorhands of podcasting. He's, but. No, I'd say Modulok. Joe, it's a lot of height. Joe would have you believe he's a leper. Yeah. Look at him, hideous. And he's just full of shit, man.
Yeah.
He's like John Denver.
Yeah.
I mean, he just won't shut up about it.
Yeah.
You're like,
you thought the Rocky Mountains would be a little rockier than that.
I know. And Joe that's how Joe gets all this free shit. He wants everyone to feel sorry for him that he was born with this, broken man. He's like the man with two faces, or in like Mel Gibson and shit. That's what he has you believe.
And that's why I didn't want to mention, but one of the people in the chat sent me something. Arrived here today, but I haven't opened it yet, so I don't know what it is. It's downstairs. I'll probably open it tomorrow.
Severed head, isn't it?
No, I have no clue what it is.
What's
but
in
I'm
the
gonna
box, Joe?
I'll open it tomorrow in the Fans of Power group. But I was like, I better mention I got something free. He's like, oh god,
you should just do it on the show. Just go get it later.
Well, how about I get it now while you get your stuff set?
All I got to do is click one button.
Okay, you click the button. I'll be right back.
I'm not gonna do that yet. I'm not. Because that's all the thickage and stuff. You go get your box. We'll fuck around for a little bit.
All right, here. I'm blocking. I don't know how wide the screen is.
Look at all the callus on his hands.
Now that he's gone.
Tell us how ugly he really is.
No, that was a fun trip.
No awkward stares from Joe.
Fucking cold.
Well, I mean, to go from Florida to parts unknown, that was a cold weekend too when you went there.
It was, unfortunately, it was the coldest weekend there.
And windy. So yeah, I don't blame. What does Joe actually smell like? If you had to pick something.
He didn't really have a smell.
Mothballs?
No. No. Like, I just smelled the laundry detergent off of his shirt. So.
I wonder what laundry detergent Joe does use. What do they sell at Dollar Tree?
Dollar Tree? Probably Harm & Hammer, which is what I use.
I don't know.
But I don't buy Dollar Tree.
He makes, maybe, isn't Ajax a brand of detergent?
I thought that was dish liquid or something
I
like
thought
that.
they also did laundry detergent.
They probably do.
We'll ask him when he comes back.
Yeah.
Now I'm curious. I personally, I use Gain Original Scent. That looks like a pretty big box. Yeah, it's a big box.
What's in the box?
It's in a fucking box.
Kevin Spacey.
Sound like Joe was farting just now.
Yeah.
I'm back.
Oh, yeah.
Like you guys don't know.
Yeah.
Hold on. All right, let's.
Cousin Kyle.
Yeah.
All right. I just don't want to knock everything over. This is from Jesus Christ. That's
from Jesus Christ, boy. He really thought a lot about you, didn't he?
Yeah.
Well, let's see. Enzo in the chat room.
Yeah,
he said he sent me something. Let's see what it is. He's the one that.
What brand laundry detergent do you use, Joe?
What?
What brand laundry detergent do you use?
I don't know. Dollar Tree brand. Why?
See, Dollar Tree brand. That's all you would say.
I didn't know they had a brand.
Well, I mean, it's maybe not officially Dollar Tree brand, but I get it from there.
Oh, it smelled nice.
Oh, you were telling me I smelled nice? Good, thank you.
We were just curious what you actually did smell like.
Yeah, we thought maybe just like took a rock or took your clothes on a rock and like beat them and shit like that. hung them
I
out
don't
in
know,
the
let's-
sun.
Hold on. Look at the box all of bubble.
Did
a
you have a
lot
lot
of
of fun
bubble.
tonight? Play with some bubble wrap.
A couple things. Let's see. One, oh, those are cool.
Oh
That
yeah,
Uno
the
deck of
Uno cards. Yeah.
Even Uno
Yeah,
cards. I
those
like
suckers
Uno.
are cool. I used to beat the
Sweet.
hell out of buddy. I used to beat people bad in Uno. Let's see what else. Let me try to.
Was it straws?
The hell? These are straws. Wait, what the fuck are these? Are these straws? Wait, what?
Yeah, those look like straws.
How the hell did you get? Wait, how did you know they were straws, Tyler, without even seeing them?
Well,
Because they look like straws.
yeah, they look like
'Cause I can
straws
see 'em.
when you took them out.
Oh, they're rubber ones. They're flexible. So when I'm, drinking that Alfredo and others, well, thanks. Those are different. Cool little bag too. Look at that shit. All right, hold on. Looks like a shirt. Hold on.
You're gonna tear in the shirt.
It's some underwear.
Wait, what the hell is it?
BVDs.
Is that
This
another
is,
hood? That's another hood.
Wait, is this a hood?
It's
Yeah, it's a
it's
hoodie.
funny how we
Yeah.
know what the hell he's got in his hands, and he's the one sitting
I know,
there
it
with
goes
it.
Well, I mean, I'm
Oblivious
looking
to-
because I'm not
Oh
used to.
yeah.
It's a
This
it's a
hood.
really big warm hood, but this is awesome. That's cool.
Oh, it's
Thanks
just
a
an
lot.
actual big hood. Yeah.
God damn, that's a giant one. Shit, but it's
That's
awesome.
like
Keep the
Joe can conduct his cult ceremonies with that thing.
Yeah.
and one last thing. This is really cool.
A new car.
I don't-
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Show him what he's won.
Is that one of
Oh, it's
those
one of those
tiki
cups.
mugs?
The
Yeah.
tiki thing. And this is the only one I wanted because, well, my with Orko. But I mean, they have the other ones available.
Nice.
Oh,
with,
motherfucker!
Yeah,
Forgot
they
to
have
bring
a-
you this last week. I forgot
Oh
about it.
yeah, I forgot about
I'll
it.
just send
He
it to
just
you.
flick it off to the side.
Okay, but thank you, man. That was
That's
too
cool.
much. You never have to do stuff like that. I greatly
That was nice of
appreciate
him
it,
to
though.
do
But
that.
this is really fucking awesome.
Now,
That's
where's our free shit?
How come
all
all
right, so
panders
we're
to
gonna talk
Joe
about
on this podcast? We all need to start, dressing destitute too. We start calling Rebecca Patches, and Nathan's hair gets excessively longer. We can't even see it. It looks like cousin It.
I mean, I
And
could
I'll
do
just start,
that right
I'll
now.
just start
Yeah,
exercising.
yeah right.
Yeah.
Ain't
I'll
no
just
way
get all
that would
deflated. I'll be like Christian Bale in The Machinist. I'll be like,
Oh,
skeletal and shit.
yeah.
Yeah.
I got chick-
And people
tiki
really
out.
That was
sorry for
scary
me.
looking.
Yeah, I never see what these suckers look like in person. Oh, and so that's probably why he sent the straws so you can suck the drink out
So you
of
can
it.
put the whole jar of Alfredo sauce in there.
That's right, man. Look at that.
That's cool.
Awesome. But Enzo
pretty
is
cool
here in
looking.
the chat, man. Thanks a lot, Enzo, man. I really appreciate it. Again, you don't have to do it, but this is all that shit is awesome. Way too much, man. But this really fucking cool. All of it's great, but
I
that's
thought
some cool
about
shit.
getting the
it's cool.
merman one because I really liked how that one looked.
Yeah, hell, even the Shearer on the back of the box. I think there's a Shearer one too. Doesn't look half
Yeah,
bad.
show that
I
closer
think
to the
it's like a
camera.
gold,
There
like
you
a
go.
gold edition one.
And
Yeah.
yeah, lift it up just a little bit more. There you go. Yeah, I like that merman one because I was thinking
Yeah.
since I'm always
It's more like
drinking,
Gilman.
since I'm always drinking something on the show, it would seem apropos that I should get one of those and just put my drinks in there. But
It's cool.
what's the inside
Again-
of that look like? It'd probably be a bitch
inside?
to hand wash. Maybe. Is there a lot of
Oh wow!
crevices?
Oh, I didn't
Oh,
even
yeah.
think of that. How the fuck do you wash
Yeah,
it?
those
it's
kind
like
of
this.
mugs are.
Yeah.
You'd have to get one of the
Are they dishwasher safe? It might be dishwasher safe. Well, who am I? Like Joe's got a dishwasher.
Yeah.
I'm gonna. Yeah, I don't have one of those. And I'll be honest. I know I'm not gonna want to use this because I don't want to fucking wreck any of the paint.
Oh,
or
yeah,
anything.
yeah.
I just want to leave that alone, man. That's just gonna stay in the Orko stuff. Thanks again, Enzo. Real cool, man. That's fucking. Well, hey, what was that? Hot Spicy Grill in the chat said, they've been wanting to send Tyler something. So, yeah. See, so people, Tyler, they
I've broken through. I'm part of the glitterati here. I'm a part of popular culture now, right, Joe?
see. So you are special, man.
See,
People
you
wanna
bitch
do
enough,
nice-
you get free shit.
That's right. You're gonna get all sorts of stuff, hand over fist, getting tons of things.
I was told that I need to wear a mask for 6 years straight, and then the free stuff will come. So
See, yeah,
Okay.
it's all a
You know
PR.
what would be cool? I saw this on Big Bad. You remember the movie Dark Knight of the Scarecrow?
Mm-hmm.
They got the mask from that on Big Bad Toy Store, like $50. It's a really nice looking
Oh, is it
mask.
the
Like, God,
Trick or Treat Studios? Put it out.
I think
probably?
so. I think so. Yeah. I came across it by accident. Like, that's a really cool fucking mask. Hell, I like to wear that on the podcast just for the hell of it, just to like one up Joe. What do you think about this, Joe?
Do it.
John got some free shit. John got a free art print when he was over there at Fantasticon. They loved his
Yep.
Hordak outfit. So
Yep, and I didn't get shit.
Oh yeah, I felt bad. I was like, God damn, Rebecca should at least got a $5 discount on Lizard Man or something. Like, give some kind of deal. That's fucking
Well, there was
terrible.
nothing Shira there for them to give me, so.
But I got you that nice puzzle. See, so I was
Yeah, you
right
did
there.
give me a nice.
Yeah. So again, I'm a
Yeah,
I'm
but
a
it wasn't
good
the
guy.
same. Like she wanted to walk out in public and get something handed to her, like what you do every day, Joe.
Right. Oh shit. So, good time. But goddamn. So Nathan, however you want to start into the reveals, we could
Oh,
start
here.
doing. Oh, look at Sonny. Sonny's getting in on the show again.
Well, bam, here we
Wanting to
go. I'll just swap it in there, and it's not going to restart the slideshow, so it's just going to kind of go all over the place. But yeah, they announced a lot of stuff between Origins figures and Masterverse and a 40th anniversary figure. And I assume we're not really going to go kind of one by one. It'd probably be more of just like talking about stuff that we really liked if we did, stuff that definitely wasn't that great, things that could have been improved upon, etc., etc. I don't know who would want to start with that, or
Well, if you don't mind, I would like to at least start on something with Origins because this was, I thought, really fucking interesting. What happened and it happened
yeah.
on my wall. Yeah.
let the people know, Joe.
That's right. I'm gonna let the people know, and then they might think that fucking makes sense now. Well, anyways, we've seen some of the Origins reveals, and one I seen that really stood out to me was Man 10. I was like, holy fuck, that does look cool. I mean, he actually has 4 legs. It's not how the vintage one was, the two legs stuck together, where some people to this day said, I didn't know we had 4 legs. So those just 2. I never looked close, but I never liked that design. Wasn't a fan of it. So I was like, God damn, the legs good. They look good. The face looks good. Still has the poking out eyes gimmick. And I made a post on my wall how much I liked it. And then Eric Mays from the Four Horsemen, he commented and said thank you because they worked on them. I was like, wait, what the fuck? So I found out that the Four Horsemen had been doing some of the Origin stuff, which might explain why some of them has started to look better and better. And at least he confirmed Mantena and Leech. He wouldn't go beyond that. I know that we have a Snake Man wave that'll be coming out next year that I don't know what time this year they'll reveal those. But I was like, well, this is the first time anybody's fucking heard that the Four Horsemen are working. Now, I'm not saying they're still working on them now, but have worked and have done some stuff on Origins, which explains why some maybe really do stand out. So I wonder what other ones they have worked on. But that Mantena was fucking incredible. And I was so happy to hear that. It's like, it hits me in the heart because I'm wishing they would have been there from the beginning. Because maybe how much better the line could have looked, from the start, from the get-go. And maybe the people that were on the fence because that stupid shitty and Skeletor head that really looked like horseshit at the start. And then they had to course correct that later. Maybe if it just start off with them there from the fucking beginning, it could have just really had the people even more insane for. But I couldn't have been more excited to hear that they were actually working on some stuff. So Mantena actually looked fantastic.
Well, it's just a shame that they didn't have them just do it from the beginning, because I feel like a lot of people that were kind of sitting on the fence on the line now probably would have jumped in more. But as you said, Mantena is I think overall for me the standout, just because it looks great. You got the 4 legs, but at the same time too, in my mind, I'm like, well, I have the classics, so that's the hardest part now. It's like, yeah, it looks great. I'm glad they did that, but I have the classics.
Sure, but you got to look at it in 2 different perspectives. The classics, you're right. Those are unmatched.
No, he doesn't.
Well, no, what I'm saying is the classics, yes, they're unmatched with their style, their design, and everything. But those who are liking this retro vintage look style with now more details, articulation, they're fucking. Well, just look at it. Origins is the only line that's been selling like nuts at the stores compared to the other ones that have been clogging. So I look at it and I just got really excited. It's like, this is what I always wanted my vintage Mantena to look like, right there.
I think I would get it just to put on the shelf with the other Horde. I'm going to get a King Randor because I don't have a vintage one, and it's hard to find one at a good price and good condition. So I'll get the Origins Randor. The Roton is cool. I like that. You'll have that in a vintage scale that has accessories on it, Joe. I think you said you were maybe going to get 2 of them.
Yeah, because I want to explain that gimmick too. Because when it came to the classics version, I remember talking with Joe Amaro, the one that always we get confused with. They're like, there can't be 2 fucking people with the same name that both do stuff. But yeah, Joe Amaro, who works with the Four Horsemen, he's the one that came up with the design for the classics version. And I remember him saying, because I was saying, man, I love the vintage the vintage Roton, but I also love that monogram model kit one with that canopy thing and the more sculpted face and details that was different. And he said that they're going to be combining those. Well, now you look at this. For those who can't afford the classics one, because that's expensive as hell, you can get this one that you can do two different things. You can take that canopy off, but also as the feature of removing the different faces. So you can go from vintage or monogram. And I was like, I love both of them. In fact, I always loved the monogram Roton more than the real one back in the day. I was just always a big sucker for that. I thought it looked cool. So you can have two options. And I almost wondered, I was like, I wonder if they were involved on that too, because some of those things have me leaning towards which ones did the Horsemen do? Because it's such a clever fucking gimmick that I'm not being a dick, but I can't see Mattel themselves coming up with that fucking gimmick. Like, hey, let's interchange. I feel like the Horsemen had to be behind that. So I would love to get two of those.
I don't. Well, I'll bounce to Tyler. It was there anything in this at all that you could at least say, you know what? I'm not gonna get any of them, but if you had to pick something out of it, it's like, all right, they did right by that. They did right by that. That looks okay. Is there anything of that it is satisfactory in that regard?
I mean, Montana looked good. You know.
You said
the
Masterverse She-Ra looked okay, right?
Masterverse She-Ra looked all right. Was not by no means mind blowing, but it was passable. Like it wasn't like, you know, oh god, it wasn't like fucking Hero or the 40th anniversary He-Man with all these like skinny ass, like disproportionate. What the fuck are they doing with these bodies? Beastman looks like they were trying to copy the classics Beastman. It just looked like a fucking knockoff. But
that's what all of them look like to me.
Yeah, really bad ones at that. The Sunman characters look fine.
Yeah,
they look good.
I will get those. I'll probably get the Masterverse Sunman. Yeah.
No, that head sculpt looked shit. I thought. But that's just me.
Yeah.
But I mean, guys, I'm not impressed by any of this stuff. It's not like, oh my god, like okay. And what really bothers me though is that the Mattel cannot make up their fucking mind. Do you want the Horsemen working on this line, or do you guys you're overwhelmed with too much work? Just commission out a couple of characters of these guys. Like it doesn't make sense. Do you want a quality line or a line that varies in quality? You know, because the Horsemen are doing laps around the jerk offs that the Mattel's doing in house with their group. So it doesn't make much sense if you're not going to have consistency in your own damn line. You know, do you want them working on it or not? You know, one or two figures here and there every so often doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me.
Yeah, because you can't. To me, they're not collectible because I can't get them all if this one looks like shit and this one looks cool.
Yeah,
they're not collectible to me.
And I would probably have jumped on a lot more earlier because I'm sure the Horseman would have had better ideas, better suggestions, regardless of Captain David and his infinite wisdom of He-Man knowledge. Would have put out a higher quality product that I could have gotten behind. Like, you know what, I would look forward to going into my local shitty toy section at Walmart and maybe get lucky and find something down there. But you know what, I really don't give a fuck. And it's unfortunate that still seems to be a lot of inconsistencies with where Mattel's going with the line, with terms of who's doing it and what characters they're putting out, especially with their Masterverse line. It's like they quickly learned Netflix was not going to hold much of a candle, so they kind of bailed on all those designs because that hero design, as bad as it is, doesn't look like it resembles the one that was in Netflix, which wouldn't matter anyway. It still looks like dog shit, and it's an inferior design. But I'm not the one to say anything positive about this. I mean, I don't have anything. I mean, other than what I just said, with what they're fine. Like, I'm not saying it just to be polite. Like, they generally look fine, but I have no desire to buy them. I really don't. Because I kind of feel like if Sunman didn't look any better, I kind of feel like buying the rest of the characters from that line kind of feels like, unless I kind of come up with my own logic, like, well, these are just more evil warriors. They're from the Sunman, I don't know. I just kind of feel a little deflated not getting Sunman because he looks like, Kenan Thompson in the face there, all bug eyes and stuff like that. And so it looks kind of silly, but.
Rebecca, what was your thought on She-Ra?
It's just, it's probably the weakest looking She-Ra toy. Well, that with the Origin She-Ras. The Origin She-Ra is probably the weakest one. I'm not counting Pops or like the reaction figures because those aren't figures to me.
They're junk.
Yeah, they're junk. It's better looking than the Origin She-Ra, but it's still like what Nathan's saying. Why get that when you have a classics figure? It feels like a watered down classic to me, and something about her emblem, the way they put like that joint there, it looks awful because it can't line up right. So it just looks weird. I'm not a big fan of her face either. She looks very surprised and like. Oh.
Rebecca, we both said the same thing. Rebecca and I both said the same exact thing on She-Ra. The thing that's missing out for me on it is the face, and then that under boob into the upper midsection articulation. I know this is a new fascination to where they love putting tons of articulation, but you know what? Sometimes more is not good. You know, it's like, you know, less is more, less is better. I looked, like today, for example, I went to Target and I looked at their Marvel, you know, Legend style figures. And a lot of those females have that cut there too. It looks ugly to me. But then I looked at, believe it or not, the WWE female figures. They have all the articulation of every other one of the females from any other lines. But right there, they left this alone. It's like, I don't really
That's
give a fuck
hilarious. Me and John were just there today saying the same thing.
Yeah,
With the same figures.
I looked at Carmella.
We're like,
and I
look,
was
see, she doesn't need the thing. We were literally just saying that
Isn't that
today.
weird? That's like
That's
great minds
crazy.
think of. It is. No, it is, but it's bizarre. It's like, because it's perfect. It's like, I don't need this cut, because what it does for especially the females that do have this
If they're going to
iconic
put
emblem,
that there, what they need to do is put it right under the boob so it looks like a boob shape.
yeah,
So it's hiding it a little bit more if they're going
and
to
to
do
where
that.
the emblem could
Instead
still
of
be
just
full.
right in the middle of the rib cage
Yeah,
like
because
that.
I hate that when it twists. It's like the emblem does not match up now, and it looks uglier and shit. And sometimes with the extra triple joints on the elbows and the knees, just looks ugly. But I
Yeah.
mean,
You see that on the Catra figure. It's painfully obvious when you look at the knees on that it just, I'm like, that's too much articulation, I think.
yeah.
Yeah.
She-Ra could have been damn good though if that face was different and they didn't have that stupid mid upper section thing. I was like, that
Yeah, it
could have
would
been
have been alright.
exactly, because I see what I've seen through most of the groups and when I was posting my page and other places, the ones that people are wanting the most are She-Ra and the 40th anniversary. Now here's why. A lot of the people want that 40th anniversary, don't even collect Masterverse and don't care for it, but it's Mattel does it every time when there's something that ain't too great selling and hey, it's the 40th anniversary, let's put the fucking head that everybody knows. We got to put it on every goddamn figure. It's like now with classics, they didn't do that. They made a original new He-Man head that was an homage to the vintage one, but it looked fucking awesome with how the classics He-Man. Yeah, it was
Great.
perfect. This one, it's just all right. This is gonna get their heartstrings along with the red and black brick. And it's working. Everybody is fucking going nuts for it because it looks like the He-Man they know. It almost makes you wonder if they would have started the line off like that with the red and black brick, things that looked familiar while having more detail, maybe people would have jumped aboard. Because I'm going to let you know, and everybody knows it, Wave 1, 2, and 3 of Masterverse are still clogging the shelves. When I went to the store today, that Wave 3 is fucking flooded. They're not moving any Andra. They're not moving any more Fistos. And there was only 2 Scareglows and 2 Stinkors. So it's showing nobody's giving a shit about this. So this is what I'm bringing up for perspective for people. You know how they're calling some of the figures, it's going to be New Eternia, then the others under the Princess of Power line. If they're wanting any chance of these figures selling, they can't call them Masterverse no more. Because if they do, Target as a company, when they see shit that's not selling, they're not going to order more. If they're like, hey, we've had 3 waves of these, Mattel, and nobody's fucking buying them. You expect us to go and buy these next 3 waves that are coming? They're not going to do it. Look in the past. Look when we had the Gyro Attacker, when you had Eldor, Hero, Giganosaur. Oh, wow, those looked like they were done. We didn't get them. The line ended. Look at the Stactions. We had the 2-pack of Faker and Cobra Khan. Looked fucking awesome. The line ended. We didn't get them. So there's no guarantee we'll get this, but if they do release them, they better put them all in the New Eternial label with Princess of Power and something else, because stores aren't going to order shit that doesn't sell. And did you notice there was no CGI reveals? So it makes you wonder, did they know that failed because that's been clogging the shelves? I don't know what's going on, but some of the things in the reveals were okay. Some were lackluster as hell, like that Jitsu. I purposely showed him.
Worst one.
That was the worst of all of
Yeah,
them.
I showed him purposely on my wall with the unarmored and that face where it looks like he's just shocked, like, what's going on? He's kind of sad. And I said, yay or nay. Almost every fucking person said, no, it looks so generic. If you were to take that picture of just him with no armor on that head and you didn't see the accessories or the golden hand, I said, hey, what do you think of this figure? Almost everybody would have said, who the fuck's that? Because he looks like a random WWE or a Marvel or DC. It's like he's not they're not identifiable. Whereas vintage, origins, and classics, you could have somebody like Neptune that the casual fan wouldn't know who the fuck that was. But if they seen him unarmored in that body, they'd say that's a He-Man figure. Well, they can't say this with Jitsu because it's such a generic body too. It's like the muscle. It's like it doesn't feel like He-Man. I guess that's what I'm getting at. And he looks
that
fucking whole.
That fierce, intense look on his face, that emotion you got from the toy made over 30 years ago has. You know, that's not there in this one. That artistic sculpting feel to it is gone. It all feels very 3D printed and just not connecting with me. None of them are connecting with me. Even the ones that are looking really good, they're not. I don't feel much when I look at them, like I did with classics or like I did with the vintage figures.
It's a unique line with what they're doing. You're right, Rebecca, because unlike all vintage, origins, classics, where you can put them all proudly together and know you have that collection, if you take all these random Masterverse, New Eternia, you know, the She-Ra, however they're labeling them all, and you put them together, they're gonna feel so kind of mishmash. You know, like they don't really,
totally.
They don't blend. I probably will end up getting She-Ra because I still think she looks cool. I will probably end up getting the 40th anniversary He-Man, and I'll get Hordak. But the others, I'm not getting any of them. None of them are sparking anything with me. But those are the three I'm going to get, and I'm getting every fucking Origins. I don't care. I do like Origins. I'm buying them all. But as for this new style figures, I'm only getting He-Man, She-Ra, and Hordak. Those are the only ones that I really want.
I was telling Tyler, I think the main reason that for me, that I would get the 40th anniversary figure is because I don't like the head that's on my classics. So if it happens to scale decently well with that figure, but I don't think it will, I would use that head and put it on my classics. But that almost seems pretty blasphemous to do, honestly. So I just don't want to spend $85 for the alternate head that I want that came with fucking Ular.
Actually, I'd much rather you do that, and I'd help you out just to keep you from buying a piece of shit 40th anniversary, because it's a lame ass. They're cashing in on 40th anniversary and hoping poor putzes who are late to the game are like, oh my god, I gotta fucking have this. I remember this when I was their kid from the 80s. You know, Christ. You got an original fucking idea in their head. One figure to celebrate the 40th anniversary in a box that's has colors of the vintage look. Like,
I'll admit though, I am a putz that will. I'll have to get it. I am the putz.
Well, Joe, we know you're a putz. You know.
Yeah, I will get it. It's like, yeah, I mean, I'll get it. And everybody pretty much that I've seen, that's the one they're most geeked about is He-Man and She-Ra.
I don't get it though. Like, look, I'm not trying to be a deliberate asshole in there, even though I know that I am. But I don't get it. Like, don't you people want higher quality in not just He-Man, but in action figures in general? People will rip the shit out of Hasbro if they fuck up anything with Star Wars or Marvel Legends or anything with in DC with McFarlane. Why is it everyone is so quick, you know, to think everything, as long as it's got the He-Man logo on it, I'll buy it. Like, does anybody have fucking standards when it comes to He-Man? Or are you all just kind of, you know, you all just, you know, being John McDonald about it, you know, or what? I don't get it. And Joe comes to me and comments like, people are kind of digging this stuff, and I'm just like, Keanu Reeves and Devil's Advocate, free will, right? And bam. I'm like, I don't get it, people. That's
what I wish I had something in here in a straw, because Tyler was like, man, these people that buy all this shit just because I said He-Man. I'm like, yeah, could you imagine those fucking idiots? And then just sucking down out of my Orko Tiki, like,
yeah.
Fucking bunch of morons.
Well, I think Tyler does have a point, because Brushstroke in the chat said they would get the 40th anniversary He-Man because they didn't get classics. Because a lot of people did miss that boat. I mean, me included, but I was...
But even so, look, I can understand with that sentiment. Look, I really can. But I'm not saying this to be malicious, but I'm like, when you look at this and you see what Mattel, like, I mean, come on, people. Like, I know classics cost a lot, and I'm never going to argue with people who don't want to buy that. But people, you guys should never feel like you have to accept or just, you know, be willing to settle with Masters of the Universe. Like, it's unacceptable to just allow Mattel to, like, use their shitty in-house company group to sculpt these figures when the Horsemen do it out of pure passion for this line. I mean, look at that, people. You telling me you wouldn't rather have something that looked like this for 40th anniversary?
I want that.
Exactly.
I need to get that head. That's the one
I
that
mean,
I want.
I know you, and it's I know.
Why did they pack him with Ular? Why?
Well, let's get Scott Nollick on the podcast and ask him what his fucking idea behind that was. Oh shit, Mossman.
I mean, I still have the one
Doesn't have a fine
head
smell anymore.
Tyler sent me, because I didn't use that head. I just sculpted a whole new one. So if you want that head, I was just gonna send that head back to you, Tyler, because I didn't use it.
Which head
I guess
was
I could give it to Nathan. It's the one. It's like the grimace, like he's got like the angry look on his face. It's this face essentially.
Yeah.
You know, I could smell like Mossman anytime I want. I have that
Maybe.
Mossman deodorant. Remember that deodorant
Yeah, no one
they
gives a
had?
fuck, Joe.
Okay.
Because you got to have a Scott Nollick too.
I do. I got that Mossman deodorant right over there, too. It's,
I bet-
never
I'm sure
The
been-
you do.
Mossman deodorant?
Yeah, remember they had
Yeah, it's one of
pumps.
the San Diego exclusives.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
We need to.
Oh,
Here's what we need
That's
to do. We need to start up some.
Why didn't you wear that when I
Dude.
met you?
Joe's changing
Oh,
clothes.
Well, I
I
didn't
would have
want you.
totally been like, you smell like Mossman.
Well, that's things you
Oh,
guys
Joe,
are.
Joe
wow.
didn't want us to see his pits.
No, I mean I gotta.
Or he lifts
turn
his shirt
around.
to put on and exposes pepperoni nipples there, and he didn't want anyone to see it. Oh, Joe's
Oh.
being modest.
You know what's weird is when we were at a distance when we were talking and the camera was panned out more, and I stretched back, I noticed it poking, so I did cover up my nipple there. I didn't want to.
It's weird though how Joe's quality just like went to shit again.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
did it?
did.
Oh shit! I messed it all up. Hold on. There, maybe it's back. Oh, I hope I didn't fuck everything
No,
up.
it was doing that. It was doing that before you started taking your clothes off.
Oh man, damn! I fucked everything up.
Your nipples interfere with his like satellite interference there, Joe. You know, move your nipples to the left.
Oh shit! I shouldn't have did that.
We need to.
Alright.
We need to do something. We need to start like some sort of support group, and all of us work together with the people that are usually in the chat and join others. That way, if people want classics for decent prices, maybe we could get a thing where people that don't want their classics anymore for whatever reason would sell them to fellow collectors at a good price. But I know that's just a pipe dream.
Because I want all fans, people listen in the chat room, people listen to us down the road. Like, I don't want anybody to ever feel like they have to just
settle.
take the most. Yeah, never. Like, I have never
Exactly.
settled with this property. All of us have not settled. I mean, Joe continues to settle, unfortunately.
Hey, I mean, I buy Origins every now and again. I'm not getting them
I like
all,
Origins.
but
I like.
pick and choose.
Joe's getting off on it.
I'm pissed I messed up the camera though. Damn it. Well, I think it's came back a little bit, but yeah, I think I screwed with it. But yeah, Rebecca, see, that would have probably, like I said, if you smell that Mossman thing, you would have thought it was an action figure. You'd been sniffing me. It would have looked really uncomfortable.
You just
more than
assume
me
that
looking at
she'd
you.
be that turned on by Mossman, Joe. She starts calling you.
Mossman, I'm gonna come.
Yes.
Well,
John's
really?
behind the camera. I love it.
Just like Burt Reynolds, man.
Yeah. Somehow John's got a big ass stash and a big ass stogie sticking out of his mouth.
Yeah, we should do a shitty version of Boogie Nights. That'd be fun.
Joe can be the star.
Yeah.
oh Christ.
Yeah, John's like, I can make a bum into the biggest porn star in America and just look out the window and there's a guy eating pork and beans out of a can that he stole or that was handed to him. I don't know. Joe changes his stories on how he gets everything. So that'd be awesome.
What before we do move on to that commentary topic, I'm kind of on the fence about it, but Joe, I'm like the Hordak does look all right for what it is. Yeah.
He's fine. He's fine.
But I'll get the Sunman figures. I'll get Mantana. I may get the Roton. King Randor for sure. Maybe Snout Spout, because I'm kind of digging that too. But
And Leech has his suck head and normal head, and
Yeah.
so you can change in options.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
And hands. You can get the hands, with the suck and the regular.
Yeah, Joe. All about the suck over there. I'm kind of surprised that they didn't announce like a Snake Mountain or
I thought like a Fright Zone or maybe a Slime
Something.
Pit. I thought something was
Something.
going to show up Maybe that'll be when the Snake Man wave is revealed. Maybe they'll have a big surprise and say, "All right, we got Origins Slime Pit or some shit."
Just give me the Eternia playset, and
Well,
I'll
I
be
don't know
alright with
about that. If it ever happens, that's gonna be a
I
while
think
away.
that will be a Mattel's creation project. I think they would have to get that funded. I don't think that's something that would just go to ship the store.
I still feel like these guys would make it look hideous, though. Unless a Horseman were to come in and be like,
see, if they're gonna do that, make that one of the Horseman projects.
Yeah.
Don't.
Rob David, you stay out of the way. You know, you get the fuck out of there. Go to your bullshit country club and your golf tournament, whatever the fuck you do.
Yeah, if you got them penciled in to do squeeze or something, don't worry about that. Put them on the Eternia playset.
Yeah.
That'd be the best option.
It does make me wonder if those assholes do listen to this podcast, because if they pluck stuff off of Joe and followed him, maybe there's a good chance that they probably I have noticed Jitsu is a lot more prominent. Like, they put out Jitsu a lot more earlier than I expected they would, and we're big champions of him on this podcast, like no one else is on the internet. So, part of me makes you think you're the right.
It's like, well, here, we'll go ahead and put this out, and Tyler's like, but it looks like shit. And it's like, oh,
it's like, damn you, Tyler. He hates everything.
Well, this may be a difficult question for you to answer, but since you're always unimpressed by anything that they do, and you always talk about the quality and this and that, you already have classics, you already have vintage. Like, what would come out? What would they have to put out that you'd be like, hey man, that's all right, and then you want to buy it? What would they have? It would
have to be something, and that's why I keep going back to the Horseman, because the Horseman can give you what you're familiar with, but change up the style, the scale, the expression on their face, and you still know that's Jitsu. They're not doing anything that looks about as white bread as you possibly could get. It's an emotionless, flat face. Jitsu always has a nice tan. This guy is just, and that was kind of one of the things I always noticed about Jitsu, is that he has tan skin, a very aggressive look on his face, and then the Horseman with their version, they gave him this very angry, intimidating scowl, and then with the Staction, he almost looks kind of like above and beyond, because he has this kind of like his eyes look so menacing because they look so kind of haunting almost. Like, those is just taking what we're all familiar with and constantly upping the badass about it, or honoring what made this character so badass. Like, I feel like Mattel is not getting that concept at all. They're not amplifying. It's like Hasbro manages to kind of keep reimagining a lot of characters they've already done in Marvel Legends. You go back and look how many times they've done certain characters. They find a new way to make the character look more distinct, more intimidating, more ferocious, or more lean looking. Or I just feel like there's just ways you can do it, and I know the Horseman can do it. I just kind of feel like Mattel is just doing this by the numbers, and maybe they're struggling a lot financially. They're cutting corners left and right. Information will never be, or maybe they think that they're doing, a really fine job, because people who are so late to the game are buying it and don't know, don't care, or are none the wiser. But it's not like it couldn't be done. I know it could be done, but I'm not seeing that at all from Mattel. Like, I really had high hopes when they announced the Origins line. Even though I thought the Prince Adam He-Man head sculpt looked like shit, but I thought this is an interesting concept with what they're going with. And it was just re-releasing the same figures again. I'm like, fuck. Like, that's not an interesting concept. I feel like... Yeah, I feel like I'm just kind of rambling at this point. But...
I still stand by...
No, you're making sense. You're saying how I feel about it. I feel nothing when I look at it. They're not capturing that essence of what the original toy line did and what Classics did. They're not capturing that essence of the characters.
It's like they're not understanding why this line survived as long as it has, why it was celebrated, why people were doing fan art, why you had people like you and Joe doing customs for fun, or, why people have done beautiful, works of art from various, sculpts or beautiful artwork. It's just like they just don't quite understand. I'm just trying to look for a prime example here, and I'm just kind of drawing a damn blank. But I mean, I got so many behind me here. But it's just, it's simple. Why we all like this line, but I think even that Mattel just doesn't quite get it. But I talked to Joe in private the other night too, and part of the problem is too, I feel like we're a dying breed in terms of like, we're hardcore, we're passionate, we don't want to settle for anything less than what we've gotten before. Even though like 2000X was plagued with variants out the ass, like those original sculpts of like Cyclone, Triclops, Trapjaw, Prince Adam, they all looked exceptionally good. Whether you like 2000X or not, that's another example of taking what I'm familiar with. Like Whiplash looked different but the same. Clawfoot looked different but the same. Jitsu looked different but the same. And that's another example of what I'm asking for. It's like, you can change it up so that way I don't feel like I'm buying the exact same damn figure again, like so many companies are doing right now. They feel like just keep putting out Playmates, put out the same wave of early Turtle figures again and again and again. People keep buying them. Like, that's not original. That's not exciting. And that's why I feel like Mattel is not doing a very good job. And they probably think, hey, we're putting Hero out. I'm like, yeah, you're putting Hero out, but are you really doing a service to the fans of this character that we never got back in the 80s? So, hell, Super 7 did that right. And then you said, no, you guys are having too much fun over here. Well, we're going to do that instead. Fuck y'all.
Exactly.
So it's just frustrating. Like I want more quality. I want to. In this room, I don't have enough room for any more in here, honestly. But
that's the real reason he's not buying anything, ladies and gentlemen. He just doesn't have the space anymore.
I truly don't. I mean, I'd have to really box up some stuff, like seriously, or I mean, I like at the Iron Studios He-Man statue with Prince Adam statue when that comes out. I don't know where the fuck I'm going to put it.
I
have no idea.
I have the Mondo Hordak sitting here in the Big Bad Toy Store box. I still haven't taken it out of the box yet because I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to have space here to sit it on the desk.
Joe hadn't opened up his box tonight. You got to do that in his place tomorrow night. That'd be awesome. And Joe would be like, damn you, Nathan.
Well, I'll be at work. I'll just take it with me to work and just unbox it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would go over real well. I still stand by. Just because they haven't done it, well, to me, reaction doesn't count. Do a 3 3/4 inch line, but make them bulky and give them have that articulation like GI Joes. They're small enough you can make a big display out of them. It'd be great.
You can make a casket. You can make all the play sets in a smaller scale.
In a smaller scale,
yeah. And
just take some of those chances, tweak some of those designs maybe a little bit. That way they are different, or they would probably just rehash. These look like the vintage. Here's the 2000X variants, and here's the Revelation stuff. That's probably what they would do. But a 3 3/4 inch line would be a lot of fun. Not reaction. I know reaction's out there, but those things kind of.
Yeah, but I'm sorry, but all that stuff at Super 7, it's like trinkets. It's like little, it's like stuff you'd find at the Dollar Tree, right, Joe?
Mm-hmm.
I love Dollar Tree shit. Good for me.
I know you do. That's why.
I always the little. You're talking about the reaction figures. Yeah, to me those look like Happy Meal toys.
Yeah. And I've come close in recent years trying to pull the trigger on some of them just because, and I'm like, I couldn't do it. I couldn't tell you how many times I had Cobra Con and Modulok in my basket. I'm like, fuck, I can't do this.
Yeah.
I still haven't.
But come on, Mattel. Next time you go back to that 3 3/4 inch line and do something with that. Smaller scale.
Yeah, because if you're not going to treat the your even the term Masterverse, like, I'm so sick of this multiverse bullshit. God, just stop it. Marvel and DC have done it. Doesn't mean everybody else has got to do it too. For fuck's sake. God, just stop it. Just stop everything.
Stop it.
If you're not going to do it right, don't do it at all. Go back to your fucking Hot Wheels.
Exactly.
And stuff,
You're not going to do it right. Don't do it at all.
Yeah. Just bury your head in the fucking sand.
Yeah, I don't see the point
prom.
in redoing something if you're not going to try and do it better than what came before.
Yeah.
And they're not even
idea
close.
Of just cutting corners all the time. Like, I know companies now are afraid to play it safe. I mean, like, I don't buy every Marvel Legend that comes out, but they sure as hell put out a lot more quality figures, whether I like them or not. Even if for characters, I'm like, I don't give a shit about that character, but it looks good.
Wait.
Can say that about.
Hang on. I just want to address this. I don't know if you're joking or not. Hopefully you're not, but Brushstroke, well, I guess I'm a loser for enjoying Origins. Thanks for beating me up. No one's beating you up. I don't care if you guys like Origins. Like, that's your prerogative, and you like it. We just given an opinion on...
Why is it? And that's how everyone says. The minute you say you don't like something, everyone immediately turns it into it's a personal attack.
It's not at all. Well, Go buy them all. I mean, Joe's buying them all. We don't care.
Yeah, we're not harassing him off camera about stuff he buys.
No,
we're not going to harass you.
I'm going to buy a couple of them. Like,
yeah,
it's fine.
I bought them for my nephew as well. So obviously, I didn't think they were like the worst thing in the world. But
Tyler spent money on them, so there we go.
But I'm not going to collect them because I think they're shit.
Before the podcast started, I can't remember who I said it to. I was like, no matter what's said tonight, there's only going to be some things that'll be honed in on.
Yeah.
I was like, no matter how much we talk about, I said, because believe me, there's going to be the things I say I love and hate, but sometimes people only hear the stuff in their head to where, they hate that fuck up. Like, I literally, you just heard me. I said, I'm buying every fucking Origins. I love the line. Nathan said he's going to buy some of them. Rebecca, I don't know if she said she won. Tyler, Tyler said fuck them all. But it, like I said, we all have.
But that's all they heard. They all heard that me and Rebecca don't like him, so therefore we're ganging up on somebody.
And just remember, nobody's ganging up on anybody. It's like hell. Like when Tyler said the thing and he was doing like that name insult or whatever. I said, well, that's me right here because I'm gonna get it was about that 40th anniversary He-Man. I'm gonna buy that. He ain't gonna buy it, but it's like,
and Nathan has come and told me he's bought stuff. I'm like, why the fuck did you buy that? Like he bought Clan Champ. I'm like, I don't like that, but I'm sorry, I'm not gonna turn on him and say he's not my best friend anymore because he bought a figure I think is shit.
Exactly.
People, stop taking the stuff so personally. We're not attacking you. This is our opinions. The things we love. There's things we hate. If you love it all, love it all. If you hate it all, hate it all.
Yeah, come on, people. I'm sure that some of you people hate the '87 movie because I've never fucking heard that before. You probably hate the characters in New Adventures, and you probably hate certain other aspects of this line that I absolutely love. And you know what? I'm not going to make it a mission to go after you privately or find your account on any other form of social. Yeah,
exactly.
And just beat it into your skull, that you're a bad, bad man because you disagree with me and you're going to go to hell. And you go to hell and you die. It's like, come on, people. We're all here to disagree and agree.
It's just opinion.
If you're here, you're here because you celebrate He-Man. Like I can't help it when you got on or whatever. That's not my problem, and it's not a problem for you.
Yeah.
Well, it is because you waited too long.
But before we did get to the last topic, I did want to mention one other reveal on Friday, which
all right, I'm gonna go use the bathroom while just talking about new reveals.
Well, this was actually something Tyler I thought he'd actually want to hear. Friday, Formo Toys announced that yes, they are coming back. We're not going to have it as Lords of Power. They're going to be Legends of Dragonor, and there's going to be some redesigns and some little tweaks. But they're going to be giving more information, hopefully coming throughout the week and then the weeks to follow. So next week we'll discuss that a little more in depth. Like I won't talk about how everything changed now. Yeah, I figured we could save that for next week with part of our other topics. But at least that's something good to hear. And that was a Friday reveal. It's like good because we've all been waiting. It's like it's been so quiet. Like God, it feels like it's been a month or something, And we've been waiting, and well, we at least got a taste of something because I was getting nervous there for a while. Like, what the fuck is going on? We're not hearing anything about Lords of Power at all. So they'll be back. So have no fear if you're wanting to collect that line, and I'm sure they'll give us the details.
Yeah, those I will buy.
Yeah, and I'm gonna get those as well. Because I mean, it's like we said before, it's something just different. It's a shame that they can't, for whatever reason, they're not. Lords of Power is not a name that'll be used. I don't know if that's is a Mattel thing or isn't a Mattel thing. They made it sound like that it wasn't a Mattel thing, but we all know.
Yeah, I mean,
I feel like it probably was, but I'm gonna get all of those, of course.
Yeah. So we'll definitely next week we'll discuss that more in depth. But before we do
what is that? So I'm not blindsided.
Oh yeah, that's the thing. Right before you left, I was like, what did you hear? It was about Formo. That they're they announced about the Legends of Dragonor instead of it being Lords.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
with all those changes, I wonder who imposed those changes on the line.
Exactly.
Which we will go more in depth about that next week. That's what I was letting everybody know. So we'll talk more about that.
Heels.
And I think Nathan, before we get into the final topic, did you say we have a sponsor?
Yeah, man. We just keep rolling in these motherfuckers. They're like, hey, this is where the real money is. These guys and their harsh opinions that
That piss people off.
that people are taking way too personally sometimes.
I hate you all.
I stress this again, guys. Go buy all the Origins if you love it, please. Like what you love, man. We're just telling you what we think, and that's all it is.
People shit on stuff I like. I'm sorry, I got a whole room surrounded by it.
I shit on stuff that Tyler likes all the time, but yeah,
he does it all the time.
We got another fucking
Take clean out of
sponsor.
his ass.
Yeah, another fucking sponsor. This is great. So we will go ahead and throw that to them right now. From the Dark Elves at Boulder Bakery come the delectable, dense Death Toll House cookies. Perfect for any occasion.
That's what I got, Joe.
Yeah.
They were delicious. Those things, they scratched the hell out of my throat, but I mean, I tell you, they were tasty. I never had something like that. I was like, God damn, these are the hardest cookies in history. I almost choked, but I was like, I'll still fucking eat them. So Rebecca,
Joe shit a brick when he was done.
Rebecca was gonna give me some soft ones. She said, "Isn't that what you said? You were planning on doing some soft ones for our meetup, and you forgot, or extra soft, or something."
John was talking about that. No, you just didn't do it. I'm like, I'm not taking cookies on the plane with.
You should have just stopped at a local Walmart and got some Chewy Chips Ahoy and threw them in a sandwich bag.
Or like a 4-pack of soft batches. You look
Yeah.
at 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
Joe would have put the shit over that.
I'm cracking up that John put my head on like little girl's body.
It was quite fitting too.
Yeah, it's like, that's the cutest little kid in the world. Look at her. Pretending you're serving them cookies.
Because I could picture Rebecca doing like a lot of like Kraft mac and cheese commercials and like like Kool-Aid Burst commercials like back in the 90s and stuff like that. Yeah, or Ring Pop commercials like a little John McDonald and little Rebecca doing like Ring Pop commercials and yeah.
And that's how I got so fit,
Rebecca worked
Rebecca.
in a lot of commercials.
That is how I got fit, though. I've been using her cookies to work out his fucking weights. God damn, I'm jacked. Look at this. Oh, more.
Well, big thanks to the Boulder company for sponsoring this episode. Definitely, that did really look like some knockoff shit that you would find at Dollar Tree.
Right?
You know what
Joe, are you offended by that statement?
Well, because I mean, honestly, you get some good stuff there. I always get those. It's a 6-pack Mrs. Fields cookies where you can bake some nice hot warm chocolate chip cookies, or you can get that Betty Crocker one that you get like 12 out of, or if you just add a little bit more of something, you can like get 13 if you want to extend them out a little bit. So I turned my 12 into 13, but those are freshly baked chocolate chip cookies.
13 and a 26.
So I mean, it's a good deal. It's only $1.25. It used to be $1, so you're paying a quarter more. So
oh yeah, you're still hanging on to that, huh? You can't get over that 25-cent markup.
You get used to it. You get to used to if you have 5 items, you think you're going to slam down the $5 and be gone. So wait, what the fuck just happened?
Joe, you got to think how times have changed over the years. Like my parents used to tell me all the time. I remember when this candy bar only cost $0.10, right? And now it's like $1.35. So eventually, as the years pass, Joe, it's not going to be the Dollar Tree anymore. They're going to have to change it to like
Dollar General. Oh wait.
Oh yeah. Or do something with like $2.
Oh,
Everything's $2, Joe.
Yeah.
The $1.25 store. They just put the 0.25. Just add that up there, like when somebody make a
The
mistake.
$1.25 store.
Or just call it the cheap ass tree instead of Dollar Tree.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We got. There's a new sponsor.
I think Joe needs to just maybe apply for a job there. I think he'd work his way up to CEO really fast because he's got all these.
That's quick.
And he's
He's
an expert on all the items that they have for sale. He knows the store like that. Like
he knows how to market those frozen burritos.
Yeah.
I had $1 in quarters the other day, and I was going out and by the gumball machine. They had these stickers, and it was showing all the horror. Fuck off, Nathan. So they showed all these horror characters, and I was like, "Oh man, look, Michael. Oh man, Jason. Oh please, just give me one of these fuckers." And I popped in there. Here came the fucking puppet from Saw. I was like, "God damn it!" And then I put another 50 cents in, put it in, pulled it out. It was Tiffany from fucking Chucky. I was like, "God damn it! I couldn't get Jason or Michael, so I quit." Son of a bitch.
I miss the day of seeing those quarter machines for like, oh my god, like I hope I get this. I do miss that simple joy because I always look at them when I go into any grocery store to think what kids have to choose from.
And it's junk.
These things suck. It's just shit.
Yeah.
You ever try to stick like a a finger, like if you grabbed one of the things that came out. And...
No, Joe.
No.
What are you talking
Oh
about?
my God! No,
Like
Rebecca, please.
No,
This is
yeah,
not
ask
what I mean.
Rebecca if she does it. I think it's a little inappropriate, Joe.
Everything I do turns dirty. Even with
But
the
you
puzzle.
always got to talk about inserting shit to her.
Because, like Nathan turned the puzzle into a dirty
Even
thing.
after
You know,
fingers
you know
like
her
that.
husband watches this podcast, you know.
My parents watch this show, Joe. What are you doing?
Okay, well, what I'm
Go
What are you
ahead.
saying? Like-
Talk about where you're putting your fingers.
you grab.
You got to grab it firm.
All right, well, I can't do this, but I mean, it's how your fingers would hold when you'd get the. Just listen.
Are you wiggling your fingers too, Joe, to get that ball to fall out there?
When the ball, the head the item would come out, I would hold it like this and try to stick it up in the.
Imagine Joe with a pregnant woman,
Great.
rubbing the clown there.
Great.
Yeah, I'm feeling it.
Yeah,
man.
go ahead, Joe. Just keep doing that. That way Grim can make some more gifts. Go ahead. Do what you need to do, man.
Let's say it.
If it helps you.
Try to use the ball and try to make another one pop out for free. That's
Well, we
all
sure
I'm
as hell didn't do that.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I'm not over here fingering these quarter machines hoping for more.
You imagine what people walking out of the local Kroger food line watching this guy just sit there. Man, I'll get it one of these days, baby. Trying to get that quarter machine
Did
orgasm.
it work? Did you get?
Yes, that's what I meant. I would get an extra one to come out. It's if you fucking just.
Yeah, if you
Now
keep
listen,
doing it, you'll get
Yeah.
another one to come out.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, if you got the right.
Yeah,
Spot, and
yeah.
I
If you
mean
hit the
that-
if you hit the right spot, Joe, it'll come.
You just keep
I
going.
mean, are you using any kind of lube, Joe, or are you kind of wetting your fingers there before you know?
Let's get into the commentary. I swear it didn't mean to come out like that.
Uh-huh.
It didn't. I
It
just.
always does. Every time.
So that's Joe's excuse when he just whips it out in front of people. I swear it just came out, man. I don't...
Oh boy.
Let's do our commentary.
Well, it's exactly why Joe wears a mask, because he really doesn't want to see what people like the faces he's making. Like, can you imagine what the face he was making when he was looking at Rebecca's bosom?
Mhm.
You know,
I can
I'm
imagine.
sure it was like all bug-eyed, tongue was off to the side there.
Someone
there was, like,
actually
intense foam.
made that.
Yep. Yeah. I think it was on
Uh,
that one post. Yeah, find that, Nathan. I think it was on the post I had where somebody put the bug eyes like a
is
Looney
it
Tunes
on
cartoon.
is it like on your page or is
I think it was. I think it was where I posted about
Yeah, I
meeting
think it was-
Rebecca.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There it is. All right.
Do you see it?
Yep, got it.
Oh my God. That was fucking hilarious. Then somebody made an actual GIF out of her choking me and
Yeah.
showed me like I'm in love, and she's like she was gonna have to choke a bitch, and oh shit, people were.
It's gold.
Yeah, let me go ahead and do this. That way people can also see that. Which one? Which one is it? Ah, there it is. Yeah. There we go. Joe is the subject of a lot of photoshopping.
They went on a roll, and that was instantaneously. I mean, it was just so fucking quick. As soon as I put up about the whole choking video, I was getting all just flooded with, still shots and pictures of her choking me. What's this about, Joe? What's going on here, Joe? For fuck's sake.
I mean, you
Like, I
are
was just
you are a
being
pervert.
choked.
What's that, Rebecca?
You're like, I was just being choked.
I was just being choked. That's it. Look at that. Looney Tunes fucking eyes. Oh, shit. That's fucking classic. Goddamn. It's like the wolf. You remember in the mask, I think, or something, when Jim Carrey turned in,
Yeah.
the wolf for a second, with, and then the eyes popping out. My face, it was just like I said. I don't even think it was really in that position. I think that had to be photoshopped. It's not what it looks like.
Oh, yeah, okay, sure.
All right, so we'll get to talking
convince
to our
yourself.
commentary.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna keep burying myself.
the link is down below. I'm pretty sure I did put that there. So if you guys want to go ahead and click on that and have that ready to watch, we haven't done this in a long time. Usually we shifted to just talking about the episode, but we're gonna watch this all together in sequence. So do you guys have everything up already?
All set. So
Yep.
whenever you
All right.
do
All
3, 2,
set.
1.
All right. Well, I mean, I'm not gonna do it. I gotta pass it on to Tyler. Actually, you know what? We can have Newt do the countdown because this is her first time doing this with us.
Yeah. Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Play.
Beautiful title card.
Yeah, and you already see
Absolutely.
Larry DiTilio, so you know you're in for some.
Yeah.
Exact.
You're not going to get the generic.
Exactly.
And I like these opening shots here.
Oh yeah, this is
lot.
a great opening shot of the.
Yeah.
And the music's really good right here too.
Mhm.
I
I always
can't.
kind of felt scared too. There was something about that whole shot and how it panned
The
in
fright
and
zone.
Just,
Yeah.
Yeah, how
the
it starts
sound
at the
effects.
top and you see all that smoke right there. It's just something really beautiful about that.
Exactly.
I mean, there's so much to see in a lot of these, especially all the villains hideouts. Like they're just, you just want to sit and just look at it for long periods of time because there's just so much to look at.
This should
That would
also
be like
be
a
something
playset.
should
That would
be-
be amazing. Sorry,
Yeah.
Nathan.
Oh no, you're good. I think that's something that should be made more into toy form, at least in
That's
some
what I was
form
gonna
or
say. I
fashion.
was like, we were thinking the same thing. I was like, that'd be an awesome custom thing to make is a fright zone.
Mm-hmm.
And can you imagine being all these other guys and gals, and Imp is just sitting there, kind of like, ha ha, I'm the best.
He knows he's untouchable. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's right there.
I
Yeah, he
just
knows
feel like, I
nobody
just
can
want
fuck
to
with-
kill that little shit. So if I were them,
Oh,
I'd be. And I think, was that ever anything that was explored in other She-Ra episodes where the villains would maybe try to sabotage Imp? Because I think that would be a cool thing to do.
No, he was pretty much, pretty much side by side with Hordak, or doing something with the other Hordsmen as well. It was never, at least not that I can recall.
And he was quite useful. Like I said, that little
Yeah.
shit turned into a lot of things. I mean, he's a good spy. He's the perfect spy, and just turn into anything. I always love this scene because I just love seeing how how he talks and belittles everybody else but Shadow Weaver. It's not that kind of game with her. She is side by
Yeah.
side right there. It's like that's the force right there. Those fuckers. I love them. I love them together.
Yeah,
and,
me too.
and shots like this too, because as a kid, like to see this many Hordsmen together in one episode, even though it's just for a brief appearance. Like I always like seeing this original group together, like Grizzlor, Montana, Leech, Catra, and Scorpio all together in the throne room like that. I just always thought that was a really cool visual to me. Is when I used to print this a lot as a kid.
Same.
Does Scorpia's voice bother you guys a lot?
No, I like Scorpio's voice.
Really?
Like, I thought it was kind of odd.
It was
as a
different.
Kid.
It was weird to me.
Yeah.
No, but well, when you first hear it in Secret of the Sword, when it's clearly a different voice, and then it switches later on in the into Etheria. I mean, it was odd to me as a kid, but I actually genuinely like it. I used to think
I
the tail
love
was
this.
like
Yeah.
Yeah.
The flicker
yeah,
effect.
Great.
Oh goddamn!
Yeah.
This
Beautiful.
is just beautiful.
Oh
The
yeah, their
shading.
firelight, like when they're by the fire and they have that shading. That's
Mhm.
gorgeous.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's beautiful. And moments like that too. It was just like a little extra texture to building up to this wonderful introduction to
That's a great
arguably the
shot.
greatest original character.
Well, it's
That
just
pan was awesome right there.
it's just a great thing. Great. I got all these ads. God damn it. So I'll probably be a few seconds behind now. Whatever.
Yeah, I had to play mine ahead of time. To get it,
Yeah,
but I love
I
it.
meant to
Hordak's
do
wanting to
that.
hire somebody. Salaxians. These are fucking trackers, bounty hunters, warriors. He's gonna
God.
fucking trick Huntara.
And she's the
to-
best of the best.
Oh goddamn yes, just perfect. So he has to convince her, obviously, that She-Ra's evil. And
hmm
oh, this is a voice I didn't like when you were asking about Scorpio, which I thought was but when I heard Huntara, I was like, I love this just gravity,
Badass.
great, yeah. And look
Yeah,
how
Erica
fucking
did
strong.
like a fucking awesome job with that voice.
Yep.
It's so cool that
goddamn-
all of us, like boys and girls, like watching this episode as children, like we all agreed that this was a fucking amazing character. Like that she was celebrated in the early days of the internet. That
Mhm.
everybody rejoiced about Huntara.
Yep. And take it into context of when we were kids watching this. At no point were we ever thinking sexuality and bullshit
Fuck
and people
no.
hooking up. None of that. This was
No.
just a badass fucking warrior. Everybody in the cartoon, you just want to see some action adventure. When you seen her, it's like, holy shit, what's she gonna be about? And when you see what's going on later, it's like, god damn. I mean, she's a badass. You love it.
Yeah, she's got a different build than everybody else too. Like you'd
Yeah.
see those idiots now who are like they all built the same, whatever. I'm like, watch the fucking show and you'll see that they're not. She's way more tall and slender than the other women in the show.
Yeah,
Yep.
unlike Gina Davis's portrayal of Huntara, right, Rebecca?
Oh God, I didn't even watch that. I didn't get
Yeah.
that far.
You weren't missing
I-
nothing, trust me.
Yeah, I didn't either. I'm
I
not gonna watch this shit.
I enjoy the aspect too of the propaganda that Hordak is putting out there, that She-Ra's
Yeah.
the one that actually did all of this and caused this destruction. That was a nice touch.
Mm-hmm.
And he seems like the one who would go out of his way to do this. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Skeletor likes to lie, cheat, and be deceitful, but Hordak would actually like put together like visuals for you to see. Like that sounds like, because he's more tech based.
He's doing some goddamn fake ads by Joe Amato with some deep fakes.
Yeah.
Like, look at this.
He's trying to bait and switch everybody. Like look how deceptive I am. Aren't I funny?
That's right. See.
I would love to see somebody do an edit where she's black in it.
Yeah, I still
Because
want to see that too.
Yeah, to me, like, seeing those sketches that I think it was James Eatock that drew them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that just was right.
Or just give us like a Salaxian warrior that is black.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's similar to the
Yeah, because Grace Jones was the
Yeah.
inspiration, correct?
Yeah.
Or-
Yeah.
I'd always hoped that, like, if there was a reboot, that they would do that, because that's how Larry DiTilio meant her to be, a black
Yeah.
woman. But of course they didn't. So
I
when
mean,
the new
I-
one
I-
came
I
out
have-
and they're all like patting themselves on the back for diversity, I'm like, the first thing you learn about Huntara and reading about her is that she was supposed to be black, and you couldn't even do that. So
And just people don't have time to actually research anymore. It's so quick.
Yeah.
It's because people in this day and age where people are always like calling people out for being wrong, and yet these assholes like to act like they've done their research and are very knowledgeable about whatever properties they're working on. Don't
Mhm.
people ever fucking learn that you can be ousted and embarrassed and easily for not knowing what you're talking about?
exactly. And I would love an edit where she's black in it, because she looked so fucking cool in those sketches.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Give it
And-
another
I love
project
that.
for Grimm.
Yeah, there you go.
I would
Yeah.
love to see Graham like do like just he would obviously I'm not gonna put the pressure of him doing a full episode, but just seeing like certain segments, like her introduction, like pulling the mask off, and it's the ebony skin Huntara, or when she's talking with Hordak, or this shot here, like when she's looking
Yeah.
down
Yeah.
at Glimmer.
Which I like the wearing the mask, the hood.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's,
That's
a,
cool
it's a nice
look.
little touch.
And when they open up this holocube here, and the message plays, and the traditional Skeletor music plays, I used to find that kind of creepy as a kid. Like, and they look up and see Huntara, like, oh god, it just made it look very epic of how vicious she was.
And it also looked like the button they pushed looked like He-Man's chest symbol. It looked like,
Mhm.
at least I thought when they pushed that. So I was like, yeah, that might have been a cool little nod. Looks like it.
Yeah,
Yeah, it does look like the Iron Cross.
it's such
Look
a
at
great
that
shot.
shot. That's damn. Hey, but you're right, Rebecca, when you're saying, they assumed, oh, everybody had the same body and style. It's like, did you really look at these characters? You see how strong and tight that Huntara looked, and everybody else? Everybody has different body styles, but it's like, how anybody can say, oh, yeah, they're all the same. Oh, all the females look the same. It's like, no, they didn't. And as you've seen, all the guys don't look the same either, if you actually watch.
Yeah.
But they don't watch.
No, they don't. They obviously don't.
Yeah, I don't like to be rude to people in public, but the assholes who worked on the show, like the cast in particular, I would love to just call them out for just being a bunch of pompous pricks.
Right.
If you don't like it, don't come out and trash it just because you're working on something brand new.
That all comes from them knowing what they're making. It will never be as good as this, so the only way they can possibly make it is to try and tear that original one down.
Yeah, and what's ironic because no one gives a fuck or remembers that Netflix shit, except for the girl that
Exactly.
approached Rebecca at Fantasticon.
All right. I do love this dynamic with Scorpio, though, and Catcher, that they're upset.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like that too. That's fun.
Because they don't like
Mhm.
the thought of, oh god, we're gonna be fucking stuck doing shit if this Huntara
Mhm.
actually accomplished something, and we'll have to answer to her. And I couldn't remember if it was Catcher that called, like, yeah, I don't want to be answering to that witch. I was like, whoa,
Yep.
I think you want to say bitch.
Yeah, when
Oh.
you get older, like really, I'm sure that she meant something else.
Yeah.
I used to think Scorpio's tail was like a sausage links when I was a kid.
I'd eat them.
Oh, of course you would.
Oh, dang.
After you put your fingers in there too, right, Joe?
Gorgeous animation right there with
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
Spirit. Yep.
I
Spirit
love
running.
Spirit.
Who didn't get chills? This is what I mean. This is what was so special about the cartoons as well. Is when that transformation you knew was gonna happen, you fucking got chills. God.
And
You're-
seeing her in front of Grayskull too as a kid before I really like grasped the concept that they were brother and sister, like I was just mesmerized with the power blast with Grayskull because it was just, oh my god, just like He-Man.
fucking awesome. Look at that. Yeah, no point. Like, again, us watching this as kids, did we get off looking at She-Ra like, oh god, look at her tits? Didn't happen. Never happened. We're like, oh, she's She-Ra now. She's gonna fuck somebody up. And then especially when you see this Huntara, wonder what is gonna happen here. I love their encounter. Goddamn, this was. You wanted so much more of it, but of course, eventually, they have to know that, She-Ra's not bad. Huntara will find it out, but you got some good shit going on here, and you see how badass Huntara is.
Mm-hmm.
I like that moment of Spirit Swiftwind telling her to be careful. Like there's moments of camaraderie between the two, much like He-Man and Battlecat have. It helps add like a good connection between the two. Then it's not just my steed. Like you're actually friends.
Yeah, he's.
I like that
concerned
tattoo
for
on
her.
Huntara's head too. I like that kind of that motif.
Oh yeah,
on,
the one
on both sides.
Yeah. I remember literally being a little kid and saying that to another little kid who wanted to fight, and I was like, just remembered what She-Ra said, like, fighting won't solve anything, and I literally repeated that line to a kid.
Why
You weren't like
did
Huntara,
that
like,
kid
meet me
want to
over
fight
here?
you?
No.
They're just being a jerk.
Well, because Rebecca's aggressive. You seen what happened on that video? Oh, well,
No, you asked for that, Joe.
Well,
I was
This is
gonna say
different.
Joe was probably the one that started that shit.
Yeah, it was Joe the other week.
Yeah, and that's why she was choking him.
she's pretty strong. I'll give her that.
No, I rented this one a lot when I was a kid. This is my favorite episode.
I think all four of us have dealt with bullies and shit like that.
Mhm.
Well, here are the spies. We know who's watching this. They want to fucking take both these fuckers out. After this, they get all the credit. What was that? Sandcrawler? What was the name of that fucking vehicle? I forgot what they called it. Sandcrawler?
She just refers to it. What used the crawler?
Was it Crawler? Okay.
Yeah.
But I love these traps that Huntara sets up.
Yeah.
First, you see all the other shit, but it's like, it's like, she knows what she's fucking doing. This is what these trackers, hunters, fucking warriors do. They don't play around. And for anybody else, if this wasn't She-Ra, that would have probably been the fucking end, but... Oh yeah, I forgot this part. This would fucking killed anybody.
What, with all the boulders falling on you?
Like, yeah, that'd be pretty much the end. And she's like, maybe I overestimated her, or whatever she said.
They really like using that one shot where you're kind of looking up at Huntara.
Yeah.
They've used
they
it
like-
multiple-
Yeah.
I mean, it's not
But
a
it
bad
works.
thing at
It
all.
works-
No,
it works,
yeah.
though.
I'm just saying they like to use it a lot in this.
It's an effective shot. And then this one here of looking all the way up at her.
Yeah.
And it's how she cocks her head, like she still, considers herself vastly superior to She-Ra. It's details like that even when I watched this when I was 4 and 5 years old, like I just would pay attention to those little bits of animation that always just stood out to
same.
me.
I love how she disappeared, though, after every time she did something, just showing her how quick she is, too, and stealth-like. And then just that quick to already set up this trap here that, again, anybody else would have been caught, would have been done after this. But I love that trap. I was like, what? And she's like, gotcha, bitch.
That bank door killed a man. Joe doesn't know what I'm talking about.
I
That's
don't know.
okay.
Is that a move? I don't know.
Oh,
And here
well,
she was going to use that. She's going to use some knockout, some sleep gas, but bam, sure got the hell out the way there.
We had a mention in the chat that they haven't watched She-Ra in a while, and says that the music is better than He-Man. I would also potentially argue that.
Some people sit. I mean, no, there's still tracks in He-Man that I consider superior, but She-Ra was
Got a lot of good tunes though.
They all have powerful moments.
It was
in
more
tracks, yeah.
advanced. I mean, there's certain things I think that are a bit more advanced with She-Ra, but I still consider He-Man the best.
They all
of
had
the
different.
two.
I'd say to fit the situation, tone of the cartoon, and the moments. It's like it worked perfectly for both cartoons. I'd say.
I mean, because they everyone put a lot of heart and effort and took both series very seriously, at least towards the very end, unfortunately.
Mhm.
But I mean, this is a prime example. Like, this is Rebecca. Let me ask you this: like, would you put this in your top 3 episodes if someone came to you and was like, "Hey,
Oh,
I want to
easily.
know about She-Ra"? Yeah, that's what I
I
thought.
think this is my favorite episode.
Yeah, I would put this next to Talent with Trouble as like probably, if not my
Oh.
favorite episode, right next to Talent with Trouble.
So when she kind of
God, the animation's so nice.
when she
God,
busts
yeah.
out her, Can we call them lightsabers? I mean, it's their swords.
They're stun swords.
But when
But
she,
yes, you can call them
yeah,
lightsabers.
when she busts those out, were you guys at the time kind of holy shit? She's got light swords.
See, I saw this before I saw Star Wars.
Okay.
Well, admittedly, I did say, "Hey, those some lightsabers." I did say that, but then she got caught in, and I like seeing that she's using them too. That she was actually swinging at it and had a chance to do it. Even, obviously, she didn't connect, but I like how she got bested here, and then she's like giving in. Like, okay, now I'm, like I'm yours. But she's like, no.
And that's a
I like
poignant
this music
moment too.
that sells it. This music with her defeat, like which we've heard multiple times. But that's so good about Shuki Levy's score is that you could use that same piece of music in a completely different scene, and it has a different impact. It really helps sell the defeat and humbleness that Huntara is going through.
Yeah, and where she's just like, all right, well, I've lost. I'm your slave. And she was like, wait, no, I'm not. We don't do that. I don't do that. I thought you did. You were evil like Joe Amato. And she's like, no.
I heard you were a bitch.
But she sees the light here. She finally found out because she wasn't listening to Shira earlier. She was trying to say, what the truth was, but now she finds out, and they're gonna have to team up and do some shit coming on.
Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, with that sword to rope and lasso like Shira does, Rebecca, when she was freezing here when she came to visit, she was like, "Man, I wish that her sword to be sword to blanket because she covered her ass up. She was freezing."
I mean, yeah, I can imagine wearing that outfit and it's like fucking 40 degrees outside. Probably didn't feel too nice.
And Joe's constantly offering, "I'll take my shirt off for you. You can put it around it."
He did actually offer me his coat. He's nice.
I did. I didn't want to see her cold. In her ear, I gave my earmuffs to her because she was holding her ears. I was like, I don't want you freezing. Take them. So there. All right, back to the show.
Take my everything.
Yeah, he's a gentleman.
No, Joe is a nice guy.
Yeah,
we give him shit, but he is a good guy.
He is.
I did like when that this was a few seconds ago probably. I think I'm a little ahead of you more now, but when the vehicle popped out of the ground, you see the tail like turn up to shoot him and then go back down. I really like the animation in that a lot too.
Huntara's doing lots of shit. Look at that. She already did
they really give her a lot of which is unfortunate we never got that Salaxian Wars episode.
Yeah. Oh my god, that would have been awesome. From what I've saw, it was just gonna be pure, just like them kicking ass.
Yeah, nothing but fighting the entire time.
Cool that bit. Like awesome. Even in this, as we'll see in a bit. I mean, I wish, man, they could have gave us one more minute, because when you're gonna see here just in a bit, all the fucking Horde troopers, but then they said, okay, it's better time, better get the fuck out of here. I was like, no, I wanted to see a fight, like them just beating the shit out of them robots, having Hordak back to the corner, turning the rocket and get the fuck out and then leave. I love this episode, but I was like, oh man, I wanted so much more, because just seeing how she comes up on the Horde trooper here to scare the shit out of him.
The animation and that little bit of movement,
beautiful.
Yeah.
Because you were ready. She was like, she's got her weapons back now. She's gonna fuck them all up, and then it's like, oh, we didn't get to see much with those goddamn Horde troopers. But
me and Rebecca, I need to get her to illustrate. We do it ourselves, like a kick-ass Huntara story where she's actually laying, physical contact in the Hordes, and where she's beating the fuck out of.
Like right here, this is where we needed more. This is where we should have had at least 30 seconds to 1 more minute of just ass kicking, fighting, destroying those robots or the Horde troopers, and then them being done. But yeah, fucking great episode. But you wanted so much more out of Huntara because she's an amazing character. And the thought of, she's got to do what she has to do. She can't stay. She has to go back to her planet and do her shit. But just to know she could come back, it's like, man, yeah, we wanted more of her. Such a badass character and so underused, obviously. Doing great to have more of her.
Yeah,
look how strong she is.
I just like how they drew the muscles on her.
Yeah.
Damn. But they all look the same. Fuckhead.
It's disappointing that when you look her up, you're just like, this was it. There could have been so much more, like you guys had said.
Yeah, I mean they brought back Seahawk and various other original characters. Like why Huntara was not.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they just didn't see anything in the time at that time. Obviously they're like Seahawk enough to keep bringing them back, but.
Did you guys find Loki during the episode?
I always found Loki.
Yeah. My mom always found Loki before
Loki.
I did.
I know a lot of
I used to love that part of.
Yeah,
I always tried to find him. I always lost. My mom found him.
If they
before I
don't,
did.
you can go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
I need to get the classics, but
oh yeah,
so
costs
expensive.
a small fortune for that too.
Okay.
Well, there's that. So it's a great fucking episode. Yeah. Great episode. Great
That always
episode.
goes by so fast when we do that.
It
though.
does. We need to
Well,
do
we
that
stay
more
on
often.
topic
though.
too. When it's not, Joe like going all Tom Arnold on us there, wanting us to talk about what he ate for breakfast.
And I didn't do any insults. I didn't do any joking around like, why the fuck didn't this happen here and this happen here? I didn't do that.
Wait until we do a commentary for Island Affair. Then Joe's gonna be like, "Oh man, the Jello pudding pops."
Yeah.
And
Buzz off is
smash
Bill
the head
Cosby.
out
I'm
of
still
that.
gonna say I'm gonna have fun. There are some episodes I'll say some shit about. So there, see.
Well,
But
I
some
think we
people-
need to do a review for Heart of a Giant because then we can just, I'm sorry, Joe, but like whatever. And then Joe's like, "No, man, it's about people being ugly." Like,
Hey
because you're
guys,
ugly,
if
so
you have
what's
any
the point?
questions for us in the chat room, go ahead and shoot it to us right now. Whether it's anything from the comics, cartoons, any other properties, whatever you want. You can just
Anything.
pop it right here.
Anything
anything
at
you
all.
want.
Whatever you
Yeah.
want.
Do what you want with us for about 20 minutes. Whatever you want.
No. That's Joe's thing because he's a pervert.
No, my God, you did it again. Hey, let me tell you, everybody.
You just
I did not
said
mean-
you can do anything with us
I
that you
didn't
want
mean-
for the next 20
I
minutes.
didn't mean it like that. Now listen, let me talk about that
Where
puzzle
you-
that I gave Rebecca. When I gave it to her, and I said, "Look at this puzzle."
He gave it to her, right?
Yeah,
You
when he
remember that?
gave it to her and he gave it. John,
Like,
you
was
hearing
it,
this
was
shit?
it soft serve?
What
Was
is
it
he
hard
doing
back?
with your wife, man?
Listen, so
And John's like, my wife and I have an understanding, Joe.
so I said the first frame I got was too small.
Oh.
And it was tight and couldn't fit in. Hold on, and I said it couldn't fit in, so I got one that was bigger.
And Rebecca
I
just
played in.
laughs.
At no point did I mean that to be perverted. And Nathan said, "Yeah, you fucking perv with the puzzle." But I was serious. The first one was too tight. It didn't fit in there. Rebecca didn't see anything perverted in that. And see? So,
Well,
It's-
because she's kind of like horrified that something so small wouldn't fit in something so.
oh man, everything I
No,
meant.
it's the
was-
way Joe
Just take
said
a tweeze
it.
and take a piss.
It was exactly like that. It was like it was too tight. No, it wouldn't
It's
fit
too
in.
tight.
So then I got a bigger one and it slid right in. I'm like, Joe, do you not realize like just how you blurted that out? Oh,
No,
Oh my god, what a meeting! Rebecca's like,
I'm
"What
sure
the
Joe's
fuck's gonna-"
walking around fantastic, and I was like, "Hang on, let me move my condom here." It's Magnum size, you know.
Oh shit! Let's see if there's any questions. Oh, hold on, I'm just trying to look.
Thank you, Joe, the pervert.
Hot Spicy Grill said, "This is for Nathan. How are your He-Man and Skeletor heads? Do you know what he means?"
Well, I
Classics heads.
yeah, classic. I'll go ahead and get them and just show you. That way you guys know what I got. I can show you the disappointment in the He-Man head.
Yeah, I don't know what he's talking about. I mean, is he just talking about the first
the-
round?
Hey, Nathan, how's your
Nathan-
head? I don't know. I don't really give any. What?
Oh, no, I just wanted. I can't say it because if I never mind.
Yeah, because Joe will come out with.
Yeah, it'll be
Talking about-
so. There's the He-Man. I mean, it's not bad, but I just want. Come on, focus. There we go. I just want the other one. You know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because around his
Yeah, the
eyes,
one-
he just looks like he's sleepy. Or if you look around his eyes, it's almost like he took some 3-year-old Dollar Tree makeup and put it around there, and it put like a
Yeah,
rash
he
on
does
his
look like a
face.
bit of an eye rash.
Yeah.
It's still like that around.
I know,
here. Oh,
Joe.
real
I
quick,
told
though.
you to get some ointment or put some lotion on it. I've seen you rubbing the
what-
shit out of it the entire time.
And I was. I did rub
Rebecca
some more.
farted on his pillow when he got pink eye.
Good head.
Yeah, that'll be some deleted scenes, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not fun. There we go. And
There we go.
that's
Yeah.
what I got for Skeletor. So I'm
They
fine
did,
with
just to let
Skeletor.
you
But
know, I think they corrected because Tyler and I know. I think the first run of those He-Mans all suffered from what they did say. They called it that pink eye around there. Then they did another release.
I can't remember if
later.
mine is like that too, because I swapped
Yeah,
the
they-
heads once.
Yeah.
I have no idea where it's.
They
somewhere
corrected
over
it
there, I
eventually
think.
because it was a weird fucking pain.
but
after,
I want that one
Yeah.
that Tyler's got. I want that one that came packaged
that
with
is
Ular.
by far, and that's the Horseman perfecting the vintage head.
Yeah.
Like, that's people. I'm so sick of no. You know what? I'm
Hands
not tired
down
of
the
promoting.
best He-Man sculpt.
Yeah, it will never get any better than that. But the Horseman could find a way to make it better than that if they were given permission. Mattel.
Yeah. Jeez.
Let's see
Jerk offs.
where.
How much?
Okay,
God.
well, hey, Pophead's another. Pophead's has one for Nathan.
Hey.
What is your stance on Cody Rhodes signing with WWE?
Oh boy, that's
What?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he left AEW and now he's going back to WWE.
Oh my God!
Who'd have
he
thought
helped
that?
get that company off the ground. Now he's like,
Well,
oh my
That's
God.
bizarre.
Well, the weirdest thing is the reason that he left in the first place is because he was tired of how that was booked, and he was the Stardust character that he didn't like, and he wanted to just be Cody Rhodes and tag team or have a feud with his brother, and they didn't want to do it. And he said all these times in interviews about how he would never go back, and he's here, like he's gonna retire. This is where his career's gonna end. So I don't know what happened with him and Tony Khan. If it's a money thing, or he didn't. He was losing some of his booking power because originally the EVPs, which were him, Omega, and the Young Bucks, were kind of booking the shows, and then Tony Khan just gradually kind of took over to where it's like he's the one that books all the angles and everything. And there's reports that Cody Rhodes had a falling out with the other EVPs, so that's why when you see all of the feuds and stuff that he was going through on television, he was just kind of separate from everybody else. So it's like they dubbed it the Codyverse because he was Tyler's favorite thing, because he was just in his own little area on the show. And
wasn't he kind of like putting himself in
odd.
like top matches all the time?
No.
too? Like
No. No, he almost kind of he booked himself into a corner because he's like, if I lose this match, I can never challenge for the AEW World Championship again, and he lost the match, so he couldn't challenge for the world title. And then he did the stuff with the TNT title, and then people started booing him, and he never turned heel because he's like, I don't want to turn heel, and people were just like booing the shit out of him. And now he's going back to WWE, and if they, from what I read, and I don't know how true any of this is either, but he's supposedly not going to make as much money as he was making when he was with AEW. And I'm like, well, if you're not making as much money and you're going here with the creative that they have right now, I'm like, that just doesn't make any sense to me.
He's pissed off about something.
It's hard to tell. But the matches that he was having too, like he was bleeding all the time and going through tables that were on fire. I'm like, you're not going to do that here. So you're creatively in that regard so none of it makes sense, and people,
it's weird.
They got him pegged that he's gonna wrestle Seth Rollins at WrestleMania, and I'm like, okay, well, Mania is in what, like
2 weeks away?
2 weeks? How are you gonna build that real fast? Like that makes no sense.
That'll be bizarre.
So just bring him back on the Raw after Mania, but where does he go? It just doesn't. I don't know. It's bizarre, but whatever.
It is.
Whatever. Let him do what he wants.
Rebecca, what's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, she's just like, huh?
What the fuck? Who?
Well, you got to also think from the perspective too. Maybe he thought that he had more value in the company, and I feel like he did in the early onset. But as time,
he really did.
As time went on, and it's like, well, here's Bryan Danielson. He's come in here. CM Punk came back, and now he's here. So you could see how. And maybe it's just Tony Khan. It's like, ooh, those were the guys I wanted from the start, but I settled with you, kind of thing. I don't know. Yeah. Nobody knows. So it'll be curious to see eventually down the road if anything comes out that this is what happened and led to X, Y, and Z. But
I'm sure someday we'll see.
Best of luck to him in Vince Land with all that horse shit that's going on over there.
Well, this will be a quick one. What are your thoughts on the 2000X Origin style He-Man figure?
It's all right.
It is what it is. They again took the vintage He-Man head and put the 2000X hair on it, so it's not a true 2000X head. Yeah. And then they gave the correct armor and sword. Looks cool. Either way, yeah, I'm getting it. I'm not doing backflips over the head, but I'll get it. And so that's that one. Oliver Belmont, Rebecca, Tyler, Nathan. If Joe were to make a Masters of the Universe face mask for the three of you, which among your favorite Masters of the Universe and She-Ra characters would you want him to create? So
like how he makes like his paper mask? Are we talking
Rebecca got to touch my paper mask in person. She got to see what it was like.
Thin as shit,
I'm sure she was chomping at the bit to do it too, right?
She wanted to. Fuck! She felt it. She felt it.
You want to feel your head, Joe?
No, it was when she showed John's mask that was more durable and hard, and I was flicking it, and then
John.
You're flipping John's head, like just flip.
Yeah, you're flipping. You're flipping.
John's durable, strong.
Yeah, his hard, stiff head, and then Joe's got just this floppy one.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine what's going to happen.
I'm all right. That's fine, guys.
Oh fuck.
So I guess it's pretty good for a 73-year-old man, right?
That's right. I'm damn good shape for a 73-year-old man.
Poop
Rebecca had
my
to help me up and
pants.
down the stairs. Son of a bitch. Yeah, she
Just
was-
you got any money in your duck? Money on your stinger?
So if you guys would, I guess, wanted a paper mask, who would you pick if I was to do a paper mask?
I think we would all pick Stratos, right? That's
There you go.
I'll be honest, if like me and Nathan picked both heads of Two Bad.
that'd be cool.
that'd
I'd
be
do that.
cool.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
And
Just
what
make
about
me
you,
looky.
Rebecca? Oh, you looking? Yeah, that could be
Yeah.
kind of cool.
All right, Joe,
That'd
get
be
on
cute.
it. Get on it like all
Special
those other
Halloween
T-shirts you're
episode.
supposed to do.
Yeah.
I
Where's
did
my
do
buzz
something.
off T-shirt?
It's coming, I promise.
Or you
All
can
right,
make me a Driel so I can have my blonde hair sticking out.
Oh, now
That's
that
kinda
would be
cool.
cool. Yeah.
that.
Honestly,
Yeah, I
she,
like that.
She could do Driel just like with the veil and like some sort of pink hood. Like she could really get away with being Driel because she. I mean, she got the voice and the blonde hair. Like, and then Joe. We had Joe. Oh my God! Then we get Joe dressed up as Orko because he put the scarf around his face.
Yeah, and then
Is
Tyler
it-
and
you
I would
got
be
the
too
face
bad.
Reveal? Look
Yeah.
here, here's the face
There you
reveal.
go.
Let's do that. I'll wear that the
Alright.
whole show. Make it happen, Joe.
All right. Let me see. Zentron said, "Oh, this is a definite. I think it'd be a badass thing to hear and see in a real reboot of She-Ra. Would you like Grace Jones to do the voice of Huntara? Oh, that'd be fucking awesome.
Absolutely.
Gotcha. Oh man, talk about having a
it,
thing
would-
for
it would
Grace
be
Jones.
like shit. It would be like why am I blanking on names all of a sudden? Never mind. Go ahead.
Okay. Thanks for that, Daniel Carhonen. Rebecca, what has been the worst convention experience or encounter when you were wearing your She-Ra costume? If you had one.
It's probably when Joe was looking at her boobs.
There you go.
I don't think I've ever
stop
heard Joe
staring.
laugh like that before.
She was like, he wouldn't stop staring at my boobs.
Joe's like the station manager in Elmira. It's milking time.
Oh my God.
What was that movie? Was it? Oh God, was it High School High? That one crazy comedy. Remember where the girl was talking
Wait,
to that
High
one
School
guy?
High, is that the one where John Lovitz is
John
like
Lovitz.
Yeah, yeah.
The
all-
Proven Dangerous Minds.
Yeah,
Oh, great.
remember the scene where the one guy was talking to the girl and she had like, her
No.
cleavage really shone real good.
I only
And she
watched
said,
that one.
"It's so nice." She said, "It's so nice to have a guy actually, listen to me and looking in my eyes instead of looking at my boobs." And he was looking down, and then when she said something, he looked at me and said, "Huh?" But he was staring at her boobs the whole time. But I was not staring at her boobs. Rebecca
Joe,
would,
Well, at least you didn't think she caught you, right, Joe?
well, anyway,
That's why he wears the mask. That way you're like, you didn't know I was looking at her boots. You can't see my eyes.
that was modular, not me. But
Um,
really though, what was it, if you can pinpoint one worst experience? It doesn't even have to be while you're in the She-Ra costume. Just maybe just worst convention experience. Period.
When guys get creepy. Like, the one I can think of, I can't remember what costume I was wearing, but it was just some random dude. The minute John left my sight, and he like comes and puts his arm around me, he's like, "Oh, she's my fun size,"
oh Jesus
Oh
Christ!
and I was like,
God.
"Get lost,"
That would
because I'm small. So he's like, "Oh, she's my fun size." I'm like,
What a dickhead! Yeah,
Right.
that guy.
I just
would
told
need
him to
be
get
shot.
lost.
Punch him
And,
in
like,
the
shove his
groin.
arm off me. I should
only-
have.
There was one kind of creeper. There was this older guy that walked by when we were standing waiting before we got in there,
Was it you?
and he.
That's what I thought.
Can I get a couple pictures of you, Rebecca?
oh yeah.
No, but so this older guy came by. He has like a bag of shit, and he looked at her. He's like, "Excuse me, can I just get a picture of just you, not him with her, just her?" And she was like, "Sure." And she stood with the sword, and he went. He's like, "Can I get one more?" And she's like, "Yeah, go ahead." And he walked away. I was like, "Well, you just gave him some jerk material for tonight." Because that guy was like, "Oh god, let me just get a picture. I'm gonna get a picture." But he's just seeing how they're. I was
After
watching,
Joe says it, now let me have some pictures here.
like, Rebecca, you believe these creeps? Stand right here a second. No, there was tons of like I was
I
watching.
imagine Joe's probably got his camera out the entire damn time, like taking pictures from all kinds of various angles there, and then pointing at people for
No.
Can you imagine if I did take an actual camera with me and Rebecca's like, "Well, did you get pictures?" "Yeah, I got a lot." "Oh, can I see them?" No, why not? No, you can't see them. And everyone would be Rebecca, like you said, at every angle. walking here, standing here, moving here.
Joe wouldn't do that. And once
No.
again, I feel like someone out there is going to get the wrong impression.
Right, this is
Yeah.
I did
We
not.
are
You're
just
joking.
we're just
Yeah.
We're making
joking
fun of Joe like we do every single week, people.
Yeah.
and giving him a
Yeah,
hard
it's-
time in
Yeah,
the
Joe is a
context of the
complete-
photo.
Yes,
Gentleman
it's an
with you.
act, people. God, I hate that. I know.
Yeah.
I think because we had someone like ready to like I don't know.
Believe me, I watched over her.
I don't
every
want to say too
second.
drastic, but like when people are taking this shit way too seriously, that's when I feel like we have to
break the wall down.
It's just a joke. Yeah, I was not creeping on her. I was
Exactly.
not.
Now we have to
taking-
issue like a public announcement here, people.
I was not.
You know what we do
Googling.
isn't act, people. We are performers. We shuck and jive from side to side. You know, for your entertainment each week to get you excited about He-Man. When you take the shit too seriously, and then it's like we got to tell you that.
I just want to put it out there, just so people know.
Exactly.
Just ahead of time.
Because we're all having fun and we know it's not true, but I don't think about like how other people. No, Joe was complete gentleman. He was eyeballing any creeps who were looking. They were,
Joe
like,
was ready
like,
to fight some motherfuckers.
He's like eyeballing them, looking out for me. He offered me his coat. He was like, "Oh, watch out for the ice," while I was walking.
Yeah.
He gave me his earmuffs. He's a
And
gentleman.
then he serenaded her. From her, while she came out to her hotel balcony, he's down there playing a Spanish
Gabriel
guitar.
And he's just holding the boombox
holding
over
the
his
boombox
head.
over his head.
Peter Gabriel playing. Yeah.
And John's like, "Well, you shut that shit off. We gotta fly back to Florida tomorrow."
He gets so lost sometimes. Days pass.
And Joe's like, "Oh, this is your all's room. Oh, I'm sorry. It was I'm in the wrong neighborhood."
Oh shit! Hey, did you ever take that vanity mirror that the lady said you could have? Did you ever take that thing?
It wasn't in there.
Oh, it wasn't? Oh shoot.
No.
Okay. Yeah, I guess they were doing some changes up in the hotel in the rooms and stuff, and told Rebecca you could take the vanity mirror.
They were just like, "Hey, go ahead and take the hairdryer if you want. We don't need it anymore."
Yeah, I was there with Rebecca, and I was like, "Hey, are these lamps available? Can I take these things?" She's like,
"Shit, Joe's trying to redecorate his living room with hotel stuff."
I imagine Joe probably saw your all's bathroom like, "Oh my god, this is a $high toilet. What a shitter!"
Walking out with stuff, they're like, "That woman said I could take all this shit."
Taking free bars of soap and towels after you takes a big shit in your old hotel bathroom, and
oh god, it was a nice.
Clogs it up.
It was nice, all fancy. Yeah, I wasn't used to that.
Joe's just like, "Hey, can I stay here too for the night?"
Yeah, him sleeping in between John and Rebecca.
Like a little kid.
Yeah.
Oh, this is great.
Joe's in his speedy pajamas.
Oh, shit. Question
the
from
fudge pop.
Yeah, he's got it all over the damn sheets.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to do that.
Maid's coming there. Oh man, not another one.
Christ.
What's with the guy with the mask?
Question from Sportimus.
We heard a lot of groaning in here. Now there's poop stains on the sheets.
Shit.
Rebecca's putting talcum powder on Joe. We won't ask where. As she changes them.
Joe's rubbing his eye. It's all like
That's
red.
why,
he's
that's
got
why I
pink
got
eye.
red. I'm tired. I got CP.
Joe, please go and buy something to put on it.
I will. Well, let me get a couple more because we're going to have to wrap it up here soon. But Sportimus says, what are your thoughts on Todd McFarlane's DC Multiverse figures? And if he was able to make Masters Universe figures, would you be on board for that?
The proportions.
Some are okay, some are not.
The proportions on them are weird on some of them. But I don't know.
I agree with that.
I think sometimes they're overly smooth looking. Like they don't look like they lack detail sometimes.
Yeah.
And
some of them have like the Shawn Michaels eyes,
Yeah, I mean, there's some like like the Professor Zoom. I would like to have that myself, but it may look different in person. But it's never been a line. Like I actually like the DC Universe stuff that Mattel put out. Back in the
early 2000s.
Like, those were a lot of fun to collect. I thought a lot of those sculpts were really good. But McFarlane, I look at him every time I see him, but I'm overly not too impressed with the stuff that his company's put out. And,
I like the Swamp Thing.
The name of
the Swamp Thing figure's nice, but the problem because
his Batman Beyond figures are really cool right now.
Yeah.
How many Batman Beyond figures has he done?
He's got. Of course, there's a variant of Batman Beyond, but there's Batman. What's the bad guy's name?
Is it Blight, Spellbinder?
Blight.
Oh, they done Blight?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I gotta look.
But
that
he
up.
needs.
I
He needs
ain't
like.
even aware of that.
He needs like a glow in the dark quality to him because he's just painted.
He doesn't glow in the dark. Well, the hell,
No.
he ain't
Well,
Blight then.
Well, they got
Exactly.
it. Well, here, I found it. Let me send that.
No, those are pretty cool. We're collecting those.
Where are we? There we go. I'll send you that link.
But he's not messing too much with the designs. I know he goes really crazy with his own designs on things. He's kind of just updating the cartoon.
Oh wait, fuck, that ain't light.
Well, it's
Man,
like it's
a crock of shit.
It's Meltdown variant.
Yeah, Meltdown variant.
Oh well, but to me that's.
What else do I have?
I want to get the Swamp Thing, but
Can't see it.
on Amazon, a lot of people are getting shipped, and I don't know why they're doing this, but they have a series where it's just the figure is unpainted to where you could paint it yourself. And I'm like, I don't buy. I'm not Joe Amato. I'm not buying action figures so I can fucking paint them and work on them.
That's why I'm paying you guys that.
Yeah.
I'm going to a restaurant and you got to cook your own food or some shit like that.
Yeah,
Right?
that's
Well, here's a
fucking
question.
John
I can see
McDonald,
Joe
man.
doing that though.
Yeah. I was going to say that I might have missed a bunch of questions because of how everything skips. But the next question I do see here is from Enzo. And he said, what would you think about the idea of a full-length animated Secret of the Sword movie, but with kind of a theme of the live-action movie? I think that's what he means from the past. But with today's animation, and then toys being added to the Origins line based off that. That's a whole lot of questions rolled up into one, Enzo.
I don't care for a lot of today's animation. So it
I was
depends
about to
on
say today's
Yeah.
animation isn't that great, so.
Yeah.
would
I
like
just say just we get Deuce and do the animation, and what the rest of us will make all the other creative decisions on that show.
It'd be cool to see some.
And the Horseman does the figures.
I stand
Yes.
by. I think, and I know Tyler won't agree with this at all, but I think a Masters of the Universe animated movie in like a Studio Ghibli-esque style could be pretty fantastic because they could just the art in it and the way the colors pop in a lot of their movies. They could do something with that. Now, granted, they would probably have to change some designs of the characters to fit more in the style, but if the story's strong enough, which most of their films tend to have a heavy weight to them, I think they could pull it off. That would be something I would like to see personally, but whatever. That'll never happen.
You're right, it probably won't.
Yeah, oh, thanks, Joe. I appreciate your
No
input.
problem.
on there.
I was being nice. I was just,
I will say I feel like we have to rely on fans though to put anything quality in terms of
What, like Return a Faker?
media. Well, I wasn't gonna say anything specifically there, but because we sure can't rely on Universal or Mattel to put on anything with an IQ.
Yes.
All right. Well, Fatmon had
All
a
right.
question saying, question answer.
All right.
How would you describe Spydor's role in Skeletor's army? What kind of vehicle would you consider it? Well, I mean, it is a robotic type spider. I mean,
Yeah,
we've seen
I would
Kodak
say
Ruthless
something like
Leaders
that
event.
is like when you're gonna have like your greatest assault. That's when Spydor is unleashed.
Yeah,
I wouldn't-
and it
I
wouldn't move as slow like the toy. I would like to see a fucking
No,
like
it
how
would
Spider-
it would move like a very
Ooh.
I mean not like like as fast as Spider-Man would move, but for such
But
a
it's a
giant
nice
machine,
moving spider,
it would
yeah.
move very quick and intimidating.
I'd love it.
Yeah,
I'd lose my shit. I'd lose my shit, something like that. So I think somebody even
Yeah.
did. Where did we see that? I mean, I think Rebecca. I can't remember if I linked you years ago, but wasn't there an image where somebody not only did a life-size land shark, but a Spydor that was actually moving as a real vehicle that they were using?
No, I don't think you showed me that. I've never
God, I'm
seen
gonna
that.
fucking find that somewhere. I know God damn it, I know I had that somewhere where I seen the image. And the life-size land shark was cooler in hell too. If I find them again, I'm gonna link you both. Sobek had a question and answer for Joe. Yeah, this will be an honest one here. He said, do you find any value in the Rob Zombie remake of Halloween? He said, I must admit,
God.
I rewatched it as part of my annual Halloween marathon, and it impressed me a bit. I'll be honest. I mean, hey, and again, if you loved it, that's great. I fucking hated it. And then when the sequel came out, his Halloween 2, I was like, how can you get worse than that abomination you did for the first one? I fucking hated it. I won't go in depth because I said it in another episode, but maybe I'll say it again in the future. But again, if you liked it, that's great. I'm not knocking you, saying, oh, you're an asshole because you liked it. If you liked it, good. But I watched it again. I was like, this is just as bad as I remembered. And I can't revisit part 2 because that was horseshit.
I actually prefer part 2 to the first one.
Oh god, that one I almost left the theater. Like I said, at least 3 times.
But
I've never had that
just
happen
because
during a
it's
movie.
so batshit crazy. But I mean, neither.
Oh, it was bad.
Neither.
I
one,
didn't even watch part 2 because part
Me
1 was
neither.
so bad.
Oh, yeah. No, I
Yeah.
only watched it because it was in the Blu-ray set that I got. And I'm like, you know
I
what?
saw part of it on
Oh.
AMC one
I'm gonna
Halloween
check this
season.
out.
I'm like, I'm not watching. this
Yeah,
shit.
Rebecca, don't ever watch it, and it's good, Tyler. You never seen it. Don't ever watch that part 2.
The main problem with it is
Everything.
well.
Fucking
Rob Zombie's
horrible.
obsession with white trash.
Yeah, that's the biggest problem. Like, it works in the context of House of a Thousand Corpses and Devil's Rejects because those were his own original characters doing their own thing.
Exactly.
But when you try to take this established universe and apply that same mentality to it, it just doesn't work. Plus, God, the last 45 minutes to me feels like it was just nothing but screaming.
And we won't get
Yeah,
into the
yeah.
connection to the visions that him and somehow his sister were having of the mother.
Oh,
It's like,
God.
how's this fucking possible?
But-
Seeing the same fucking. Oh, Jesus
But
Christ. I can't do it.
I will say this because
No.
I've watched Lords of Salem. I've watched 31. I watched the what's the third movie in the trilogy of it's like House of a Thousand Corpses, Devil's Rejects, and the
Oh yeah, yeah. I can't remember what it's called either.
I
Yeah, I
will
can't remember.
I will give him all. I think to me, his vision and the way that he shoots it, I think that's well done. Now his script could use a little more tweaking, and
Yeah, the script and logic and shit and the white horse. Fucking God,
he-
just garbage.
and he needs to lay off of the white trash deal. That being said,
Yeah.
he's going to do the Munsters. I'll still check it out just to see how it turns out. I hope that it doesn't follow that same vein. But also, that being said, I would rather watch those again than Halloween Kills.
All right, if you guys
Fuck
are
you,
new
Joe.
to this channel, make sure you
Oh my
like,
God.
subscribe, share, and ring
Can't we
that
just
bell
watch Joe take a shit? in
so you
public
can
or
always be
something
notified
like
when we go live. And until next time, have a powerful day. And fuck off, Nathan. Got a quote, Tyler? Let's do it.
that? What? You ruined the flow here.
Well, he pissed me off with that Halloween Kills, that fucker. That's a great movie.
I mean, that's such a it's a shit movie, Joe.
Come on, guys. You guys stop going after each other. He hates
I'm
Halloween
leaving
Kills, and you
right
like.
now.
You guys need to learn to coexist, man.
It makes me
See?
feel bad when you piss on stuff I like.
Yeah,
And he really did. I mean,
Nathan
this was,
may go hang
he
himself
really
after
does
that.
piss on Halloween Kills, but
Because
I
it
felt like I hate
sucks.
Nathan.
That movie's garbage.
It's great. Great
It's a
movie. I
piece of
love it. I
shit.
watched it. I watched it multiple times.
Oh, great!
I mean,
I'm
multiple.
so happy for you. Someone
While
actually.
Joe's fingering something.
Someone actually did have a pretty good question with me saying with Studio Ghibli, how would I feel if it was done in the style, the same vein from the studio that did Paranorman and Coraline and all those movies? That would be great because that's also a distinctive style that it almost looks like stop motion, and that would be a fun thing to see a Master Universe movie in. So yeah, I'd be all in for that too.
I rubbed my nipples all the way through Halloween Kills, both times. God damn it. That got
He's
me
still on
excited.
that.
Yeah, you're
I'm
still
doing it right
on
now. I love that
it's a
fucking
piece of- See, that's my gauge now because I watched that newer Scream movie a couple weeks back, and when it was over, I'm like, well, it wasn't that great, but it was better than Halloween Kills.
Mine's a nipple gauge.
Yeah,
if you see him poking, I'm
a
happy.
direct quote. Nathan told me about that too. So, speaking of quotes, it must be cut. Branded at the sign of R. Sacrificed.
What did he say?
I swear, if Rebecca doesn't know this one, I'm really going to embarrass the hell out of her. And both you guys have seen this movie too, so there is.
What's it called again? One more time?
It must be cut from its mother. Branded at the sign
Its
of R.
mother.
And
Oh,
sacrificed.
shit.
Is it
From
well,
its
let me guess. Is it a fucking alien movie? Because every quote you do, it has to
No.
be aliens, and they got to cut
No,
it from
no,
No.
no,
Okay.
jackass.
It's
Okay.
Willow. Is it Willow?
No,
Shit, because
that's
you're
not
saying
Willow.
cut from its mother. I'm thinking of the baby.
Oh my God. Rebecca's going to off herself if she doesn't get it.
Cut from its mother. Shit.
I'm out. I don't know. I'll wait for
But,
Rebecca to
but
try to
all
get it.
three you have seen this movie.
No, no.
We have discussed this movie. Me and Rebecca have talked about this movie.
Cut from its mother. God damn it. Say it again one more time,
Red
please.
Sonia,
No,
coming
No,
in
it's
the
not.
destroyer.
from its mother. Branded the sign of R. Sacrificed.
Is it a Conan movie?
No, it's not funny.
Beastmaster.
Beastmaster it is.
Hey!
What part though, Nathan? Where at?
Fantastic.
Oh fuck! I don't know. I'm just.
He just fucking guessed.
He was just guessing. He knew it was a fantasy movie. After all that shit, he's like, I got to keep going through my fantasy list. Oh, there we go. Hey, I got
I mean,
it.
it's gotta
Where
be.
at?
It's
Fucking find out.
got. It's
I
gotta be
was
somewhere at the
thinking
beginning,
witch.
right?
Yeah, I was thinking Witch, and I was like, Willow. And then I was thinking Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, which is on Netflix, by the way, and I gotta watch that.
The next
Yeah.
and that was something that we have to discuss. Robin Hood, Prince.
Because he
Oh.
sounded like that witch.
Yeah, but
Oh,
see,
that's Witch's
but
face
Joe,
in my head. And I'm like, it's not Witch. It's not
But Joe hasn't watched
God.
that
Oh,
movie.
fuck.
He's never seen that movie
Oh,
before.
well,
I
Joe
watched
has
Robin-
Netflix, doesn't he? Joe has Netflix.
I can watch it. I just watched Robin Hood Men in Tights today. That was on. That's always a good movie.
Well, see, how could Joe watch the spoof of Robin Hood Prince of Thieves, but he actually watched Robin Hood Prince of Thieves? So
I mean,
I'll
Joe-
watch it. I promise.
Joe,
I promise.
you do
Yeah,
ha-
I'm gonna watch it, but I want to wait till we're gonna do a discussion on it so that I
Yeah.
can watch it. I mean, I've seen it,
Well,
but it's been ages since I've seen it.
we're doing theatrical version, correct?
I think it's the version that's on Netflix. It's
Yeah, I
not the
think
director's
so.
cut.
All right.
Well, I don't know. Well, not well. I know it's one of those things like Joe would never do it anyway, and I don't know if Rebecca but I almost feel like if we ever did that discussion, like not being able to like talk about the director's cut a little bit, like well, I mean, you all have to say it, but there are drastic changes in that film that changed like the tone and feel of it, but it's still awesome. But
I'll watch it on Netflix. I promise. Are there any boobs?
no, you
No, I
can
don't
see
think
the
there's
stunt double
any.
of Kevin Costner's ass.
Yeah.
From
All
a
right.
Close
Well,
enough.
probably got Rebecca going as a kid. That's why she got hooked on fucking Robin. She's like, oh god, look at that there. She always
But
staring at
I mean,
Arnold's
you
ass.
watch Little John's wife give birth. I don't know if you see her crown or anything, but
Well,
Clark-
I mean,
guys.
you get off on pregnant porn, Joe.
Oh God.
Oh.
All right. We're not going there.
yeah. Nice.
Got to draw a line somewhere, I guess. Well, I felt like there was something I was gonna say before I turned this shit off, but can't remember what it was.
Oh, pussy farts.
Yeah, all right. Some George Carlin for you.
Yeah.
Halloween Kills.
we're still
sucks, Joe.
waving.
Yeah. Everybody just wave.
We
Joe,
just kind of keep
great.
waving as we're talking, and Joe's just frozen. Joe's like, okay.
Halloween Kills is amazing. Best movie. Love it.
yeah, nominated
cut me
for
off.
all the Oscars.
Best movie. Nathan,
Yeah,
for
no,
you.
it's not. It's garbage.
Okay. All right. See ya.
Sorry, Hot Spicy Grill. I know you said that. What was it? You said you showed them the podcast about it, and they said that I was an idiot. So whatever.
What?
What?
I was at work, and everyone loved the newest Halloween. I showed them the podcast where we talked about Halloween Kills being a piece of shit, and they said I was an idiot. So.
You are though. All right.
The
see
people
next
you
time.
work with.
No, the Hot Spicy Grills.
Oh, so they
Coworkers.
said that Nathan was an idiot
Yeah.
because he didn't
Yeah,
like
he
Halloween
is.
Kills.
Nah.
Good job. He's correct.
well, they need to get a new job. then.
I don't care. It's still a shit movie. So
Yeah.
yeah,
See you guys. I gotta go pee. I gotta do stuff.
yeah,
We're
it's-
still waving. Like, how
Yeah.
long do we wave
yeah,
here?
let's just keep waving.
We're like, is this
5
like the end of
minutes
the Beverly
worth.
Hillbillies? We're just
See
sitting
ya.
here waving.
I gotta go.
Hey, I mean, those people, those Christian
Oh,
rock
yeah, Joe's
concerts
gotta go.
can
He's
hold
got
their
stuff
hands
going
above
on.
their head for like 5 hours.
Come on, Nathan. Just give me 3 minutes. I gotta go downstairs real quick. Let's hurry the fuck up. Come
Okay,
on.
all right.
Everyone wanted
Rebecca's
to-
got him
That's
hot
why
and bothered.
Rebecca was feeling that strong arm. She's like, "How's that so strong?" It's like, God damn, it's called the. Oh. See you guys. Are we?